Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? What's up? Yo, 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 yo. Hello, Kindle Berryman, the first person to be here. Wonderful news indeed. I don't know how much of the before. I'm kind of worried about how much you saw before the stream. I hope it started at I was doing some weird stuff before it officially started counting down, and now it's skipped forward 10 seconds. Hopefully you didn't see all of that. What's up, Guru? The sky and the ceiling and some clouds. Sup, Kendall? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's talk about them weigh-ins. How about them weigh-ins, huh? How about Jeremy the okay. How about Jeremy the Lil Heathen Stevens? I don't know what weight class he was trying to make. I think he was sort of looking to bulk up to lightweight. I'm not sure because he was closer to lightweight than featherweight. So fuck him, in my opinion. Sup, Guru, 200 pounds and you remove the beanie? Nah, I'm good. How it be, William? You can donate it anyway, though. That'd be really nice. And then I could, like, reject you, you know? What's up, 209? Easy now, Proc Lord. Thank you very much. 692 million viewers. Yeah, I'm just going to crash his stream, you know? I'm just here to compete with 6ix9ine. All my friends are watching live right now. Well, not all of them, but the ones I was just talking to. 500 pounds. Looking slim, boy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. More like Big Heathen. Am I right? Yeah. It's very, you are right in saying that. I don't know why he missed weight so much. Like, it's at least try. Or here's what I don't like about guys missing weight is when they go, "Oh, get the towel out just in case my boxes weigh fucking 10 pounds." I don't understand. Why not just walk into the weigh and say, "Look, I've missed weight. Let's just get it over with. I'll step on there." But why do people like get on there? Look at the what's he gonna say? Because the scale back there said I was 5 pounds over. So is this guy going to be 5 pounds wrong? I don't understand why they don't just go, "Hey, I missed weight. I'm this much. There's no point me getting naked in front of everyone." I don't know. Stevens deserves to be cut if he loses. It's pathetic. It's not pathetic. It's just like make weight, you know? Jeremy Stevens really broke those scales like he broke Yair Rodriguez. You know? Stevens deserved to be cut 150.5 pounds. It's such a big advantage when adding back weight fight night. Exactly. It annoys me so much because now if he beats Calvin Kattar, no one's going to give him the credit for it, and they're just going to blame it on the weight, the fact that he was 5 pounds overweight. Like, I understand, yeah, but I also know that someone could literally take advantage of this card, which I'm sure Jeremy Stevens has done, and just put on 5 more pounds and say, "I'm going to miss it by 5 pounds, but I'm going to win." He's on his last fight of his contract. Do you really think he cares about getting the extra 30%? He needs a win. And it annoys me that Jeremy Stevens has done this, but, you know, it's all good. I don't know what was happening, but he seemed okay on the Ariel Helwani interview, so I don't think there's any excuse, to be honest with you. Where was Ryan Spann? They weren't doing the early prelims. There was no Bryce Mitchell, Charles Rosa, or anyone like that. Guru looking like the Doom off cycle. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Tony doesn't use rubber guard like Ben Saunders. Okay. The commission should cancel the fights. No, they shouldn't at all. That's just ridiculous. They should give Qatar 30% of Stevens' wage, and then Qatar goes out there and beats him, hopefully, and KOs him. Really, hopefully. I really want Stevens to get punished for some bizarre reason now. Just rewatch Jones Reyes, interesting second round. Interesting. Oh, I was supposed to watch Cruz versus Garbrandt because Cruz could have won round 1, 20 strikes to 12. Cruz won round 2. Cruz won round 5. I'm just saying, go back and watch the fight. Cruz 1, 2, and 5. Come back to me. I know that Cody knocked him down about 4 times in the 4th. That's probably a 10-8, but I'm just saying, go back and look at the fight. Mic is cracking a little bit, Guru. Let me see if I can fix it. Is it better? A lot of people think Tony is getting slumped. A lot of people do believe that. I'm not one of those people. I think that Tony Ferguson's going to get dropped, but he's definitely going to come back and win. So, how many times has Stevens missed weight? Yeah, I don't think it's that many times, but I'm not... Actually, not in a row, definitely. I don't think he missed it in his last weigh-in at all. I gave 1 and 5 to Dom. Yeah, I gave 2 to Dominic as well. Weird, huh? Weird. Very strange. Everything I said about Cruz, you agree with a couple of days later. You're welcome, chump. No, I just rewatched it. I haven't rewatched it yet, actually. I was just looking at the stats, and my friend rewatched it earlier, and he was telling me what he thought, and I just went off of what he said. A smack. Everything I said about Cruz, you agree a couple of days later. You're welcome, chump. Ceremonial weigh-ins. No, I don't think there's going to be a ceremony. If there is ceremonial weigh-ins, I hope there is, but I don't think there's going to be any. Hardest hitting 150.5er in the division right here. This guy TKOs people. When I miss weight, they don't fucking move. Chris is huge compared to Cejudo. Cruz is huge. That's what I thought as well. I thought Cruz had shoes on because I saw it from the angle of the Mac Life, which was kind of over the shoulder. I thought Cruz had shoes on and Cejudo didn't. And I thought, wow, that must be the reason why they're so different in height. But then I thought to myself, hang on. No, they're both... Oh, they are both wearing the same shoes. Cejudo is so much smaller than Cruz. I think Cruz is going to beat him. I really do. I think Cruz wins over 5 rounds. It's mad. The size difference, 10 centimeter reach advantage. I don't know, man. If Cruz ain't got tendonitis in both of his feet, who knows? Who knows? What is Stevens' record? Something like 24-13, I want to say. Something like that. 24-13. He is 28-17. Pretty close, to be fair. I knew it was a 20 number and a teen number. I guess I'll take that win. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what's next for Stevens if he loses this one. Because although it is Calvin Kattar, and you shouldn't really be getting cut if you can't beat the top 10 guy in the world. But it is so many in a row now. Whereas if he does lose this one, it's a definite throw him to the wolves against some young, hungry up-and-comer. And hopefully he dies. Not dies, just loses. Sorry, not dies. I don't want him to die, but, you know. You guys are morons if you don't understand that Stevens was over 4.5 over the limit to gain a little bit of an advantage in possibly his last fight. That's exactly what I just said. That's exactly what I just said before you got here, I guess. Bryce Mitchell pick is risky business, IMO. Same here, but Charles Rosa is lackluster sometimes. So who knows? I think Bryce Mitchell's going to beat him, though, for sure. But it's a close fight, though. Charles Rosa is a beast. A lot of people thought that Bryce Mitchell was just going to destroy him, but Charles Rosa's no punk. Like, you could have given some of the fight of Burgos to him before Burgos finished him, you know? At least a round, maybe. I said Cruz beat Cejudo. You insulted me, and I mentioned the high reach advantage, not stationary. I got called. No, Cruz didn't beat Cejudo. I mean, no. Cruz beat Cejudo. I agree with you there, but Cruz didn't beat Garbrandt because you have to give the round 4 a 10-8 to Garbrandt at least. And even then, it would be a draw. And one of those rounds could have gone to Garbrandt. So, you know, it's good that you share the same opinion as me. That means you're right. Okay. May 23rd at Apex Center sounds good. It does. I like the card so far that they're doing as well because it is a decent card. They've got Tyron Woodley. They just signed Gerald Meerschaert versus Ian Heinisch. I don't understand the matchmaking there whatsoever, but either way, I'm down because they're both American. It makes sense in the current scheme of things. God damn. That's on the UFC 250 card, June 6th. Why are we signing Formiga Alex Perez 250 June 6th? Nunes versus Spencer 250 June 6th. Meerschaert versus... We have 3 fights for May 23rd. You can't just rely on Woodley versus Burns. I don't know what they're going to do with that entire event, but hopefully they pull it off. They should have moved Heinisch versus Meerschaert to the May 23rd card, in my opinion. How would you do against Luke Thomas? I think he might take you down and submit you. Nah, I'll be okay. What is the fight you are most confident in tomorrow? Most confident in Ngannou. Maybe Cruz now for some bizarre reason. I don't know why, but I feel like Cruz has taken a bit more of a peek in how much chances I give him, even though I already did pick him to win. Now that I've seen those weigh-ins, Jesus Christ, he's huge compared to Cejudo. And I don't see Cruz getting ragdolled, and I don't see him getting KO'd by Cejudo with that reach. I think he's going to just dance rings around him. I think, honestly, Cejudo's chances are late if Cruz isn't in peak enough condition to go 5 rounds, maybe. You know? Guru, this is your last chance to switch back to Cejudo. It's not boxing, Dan. Shoulder injury will limit, let me see. Shoulder injury will limit Cejudo's power punches because if he throws a couple and misses, it's Manny versus Floyd all over again. Don't be surprised if Cruz... Yeah, it's not a boxing match. That's just such a... I'm on your team, but you're retarded argument. That is just not true. Like, dude, didn't you watch Manny versus Floyd? Cruz is going to beat Cejudo. Like, yeah. I don't know about that one, to be honest with you. Stevens missed bad. He missed weight so badly, it actually sickens me to my stomach, the dirty fuck. Elliot Bartholomew. Think about it, though, if Jair gets past the first round and it all goes downhill for Francis. No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. Why would you? He went 5 rounds with Stipe. Why would he gas out after 1 round? I don't know what Francis you're watching. Jesus Christ. Here's the thing. He survives 5 rounds with Stipe. People shit on him for his cardio. Fair enough, he slowed down. But like, he could have really Dada 5000 himself out of that cage and finished it in the 3rd. But he survived. I know he gassed out, but still, I don't think people should shit on Ngannou's cardio that much. Especially now that Ngannou's way more patient as well. Jair is going to lose. Yeah, I think he's going to lose as well. He's got a winner's mentality, though. Cejudo's got a winner's mentality. The guy's been bullied. Okay. He will rise to the occasion and fight for all. Okay, there we go. He's been hardened through life. Thank you very much. Tony looks better than his last weight cut 2 weeks ago. What did Daddy DC tell us? What did DC tell us? And what did I tell you guys to believe? Ngannou's haircut's giving me scary flashbacks. Ngannou is receding. I can see a little island of a rhino horn of hair on top of his head. I noticed in one of the embeddeds, but who knows? Uriah Horseman in back kicks Jacare going for a takedown. I don't think Jacare is going to go for a takedown, though. I think he's going to smush him first against the cage. You don't want to close distance with a takedown against Uriah Hall. I think Jacare knows that. He knew to do it against Jan Blachowicz. You don't close distance with Jan Blachowicz going for a takedown because he swings those hooks so low. So if he's aware enough to do it for Jan Blachowicz, he's 100% going to be aware enough to do it against Uriah Hall. He's going to close the distance against the cage, smother him first rather than shoot out in the open because that's just asking for death. Hey, remember Cejudo versus Marlon? Cejudo just walked through with overhands. Cejudo throws bombs against Benavidez, DJing in that round with Marlon. Not retarded argument at all. Let me read that again. Cejudo throws bombs against Benavidez, DJing in that round with Marlon. Not retarded argument at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Cejudo didn't just walk through with overhands. Cejudo secured clinch on Marlon, and Marlon gave up in the clinch. Like, didn't even try and block knees in the clinch at all. He just allowed Cejudo to beat him up after the 2nd round. Talking about his shoulder injury. I don't know. I definitely don't think that his he was doing that through his shoulder injury. I reckon he messed it up afterwards. Or it wasn't that bad and he maybe messed it up worse in the fight. Who knows? What do you think about the disrespect Stipe is getting from the UFC and the media when it comes back? I hope he brutalizes DC. What I don't understand is why no one is saying 4 key words here. These are the 4 key words that anyone needs to say. Every time that DC brings up stripping Stipe Miocic and saying he needs to play the game and give him his trilogy, DC is a filthy cheat. Hey, everyone in the ESPN media and Joe Rogan, everyone who's friends with DC, admits your friend is a filthy cheat and won the belt at heavyweight by cheating filthily. Stipe can do what he wants. You'll wait as long as Stipe wants you to wait because you're a fucking cheater. And the only reason that Stipe's off is because you cheated in his fight and poked his eyes out. So fuck you. Fucking hate it. Castro's looking big and ready. I smell a huge KO win for Castro. Okay, don't act like he's looking big and ready, like he's more than usual. He looks obese every time he shows up. I get that you're picking a KO for Castro, but don't try and act like you're picking it off of how he looked at the weigh-ins because Jesus Christ. All right, Poker. Justin wants Tony to break his nose for free surgery. DC is my dad, yeah. Ferguson looks skinny. Yeah, he was at weigh-ins. And it's Tony Ferguson. Oh, as opposed to when Ferguson looks fat against Kevin Lee. Forgot about that one. Retarded arguments. Stipe damn near lost his vision. That fight seriously pissed me off. I was watching, sitting there yelling. He's stabbing his eyes. Intentionally as well. Over and over and over again. And they're just like, Herb Dean goes, they're clean. And it's just like, fucking hell. And then Dominic Cruz even goes, yeah, I saw that. It was a knuckle straight in the eye. No, it wasn't, no. You didn't see that because we watched a replay and it wasn't. Are you going to delete this stream? No, I'm not going to delete this one. This one's staying up because I haven't got any other content. Guru, what do you think Mitchell versus Rosa? How do you think Mitchell versus Rosa will play out? I think Mitchell is aware enough to stay out of submissions and Rosa's too okay to be on bottom. So Mitchell's going to win by controlling him for 3 rounds. I don't think it's going to be too interesting, though. How many rounds versus will Span versus Alvey go? 1 round, Span KOs him at the end of it, in my opinion. Cruz 3 years in activity gives him time to heal. Let me ask you a question. Who throws more leg kicks, Dom or Cejudo? DJ and Marlon leg kick the fuck out of Henry. Dominic throws a lot of leg kicks, actually. A lot of them off of his techniques. A lot of inside leg kicks from afar as well. I know Cejudo throws them, but Dominic throws a lot of them. I don't know who throws more by stats, but I would assume that it would be Dominic because Cejudo didn't really throw him. Do you think Justin might try and pace himself? I don't know, actually, because Cejudo might just not have been throwing him against Marlon because you're not going to go leg kick for leg kick against Marlon Moraes, really. Do a reaction to Stevens' weight. Maybe I will. That'd be a good idea. Yeah, I could do that. I could complain constantly for a whole video. I don't know, though. Maybe not. Usman walked miles for water. He didn't. He's a liar. To be fair, DC beat Stipe and Ngannou didn't. Yeah, it's fair enough. But why is that? Why is that your defense of DC jabbing out Stipe's eyes? To be fair, he beat him and Ngannou didn't. All right, well, he sliced his eyes out, unless you're replying to someone else. Smith versus Gus just got uploaded. I'm going to watch it again because I actually didn't remember who was winning those first 2 rounds. I think, let me look up the stats of those first 2 rounds because I seem to remember thinking that Smith was winning, but then looking at Gustafsson and it looked like Gustafsson thought he was winning. So I was like confused because Gustafsson was seeming too okay to just do nothing, you know? Gustafsson versus Smith stats. Let me see these first 2 rounds because there was no grappling in the first 2. It was just a stand-up kind of snooze fest back and forth. And, wow, Smith outlanded him. No, Gus outlanded him round 2. Smith outlanded him round 1. And then Gus destroyed him in round 3. Okay, I don't even remember this fight at all then. I don't remember it at all because apparently Gustafsson landed 38-15 in round 3. What? How? I must be missing something. And then round 4 he got him. Wow, my memory is hazy of this fight. Jesus Christ. Can't have been too entertaining. Damn. Yeah, Smith is always losing, huh? Always losing till he wins. People will say Dom didn't have a full camp and not give credit to Henry if he wins. Oh, yeah, for sure. But that's only right, though. He needs to win impressive enough. Like, if Henry scaves by a decision, no one's going to give him immense credit. I want you to know that. But if Henry goes out there and slumps Dominic Cruz in the first round, people are going to give him credit, you know? It's just he has to do it impressively. Fuck Smith. Mitchell versus Rosa prediction. Mitchell versus Rosa. I'll go Mitchell. I'm going with Mitchell. I don't think he gets a finish. I think he'll win by decision over 3 rounds. Worst cheat, Usman or DC? DC. DC because he made history off of it. You know, Usman just defended a belt. So I'm okay with him. I'm not okay with it, but in terms of him versus DC, like DC like created his legacy off of cheating, you know? It's kind of pretty annoying. And that will never get mentioned when he gets into the Hall of Fame, by the way. I want you guys to know that. When DC gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, they won't mention a thing. No one will mention this in the mainstream MMA media. No one will ever call DC a cheater because DC might be the fucking chairman of the UFC soon, so who knows? Everyone get on his good side. Reyes versus Santos on Fight Island. Sign me up. Sign me up. I need to see that one. Or no, Reyes versus Blachowicz. Fuck Santos. Santos can fight Rumble in his comeback fight. Jack Attacker's last scheduled fight was 2018. That got called off, I believe. If you're talking about Cruz, I think that was he was supposed to be fighting Lineker back then. Or a Sunsao, was it? I know he was supposed to fight Lineker, a Sunsao, and Rivera, but I don't know what order it was. I think Rivera might have been first in his first comeback after the Cruz fight. But then Rivera started slipping, so then he looked for Lineker, and I think it was a Sunsao at the end. Will we see the old Justin Gaethje, even though he never changed in a fight with Fergie, since he knows he has to KO him within 2 rounds? I don't think we're going to see the old Justin Gaethje. I think we're going to see the Gaethje that showed up against Edson and just get straight to it. I don't think he's going to go out there and jab, move a bit like he did against Cerrone. He's going to come in against Edson like he did. He's going to go in there, leg kick shit out of him, try and get him. I just think Tony's going to Imanari roll and tie him up in that first round in grappling. I just think that's exactly what's going to happen. There's no way Tony would not utilize all of the wrestling he has done this camp for Khabib on Justin Gaethje, who has done no wrestling. You know? I don't know. Gus went for a terrible takedown in round 4. Fucked up Weidman style because it led to his demise. Yeah, I don't really remember it, but I just remember an awkward exchange where Smith ended up on top, and then it was just like, oh, this is probably over because Smith's a big guy. What do you think of Stevens missing weight by 5.5 pounds, and will it affect the fight? Yes. It will, because he's not drained. We know that. If he had drained the extra 5 pounds, he would have been much more susceptible for the KO. So my prediction of a KO from Qatar is starting to go a bit out the window now that he's missed weight completely and not even tried. And he's just going to be bigger. you know? So it wouldn't surprise me if he was looking for some takedowns in this fight, because Qatar is good takedown defense. But if you've got 5 pounds on a guy, that can make up a bit of a difference. You know, who is next for Cody if he beats Asansao? The winner of Aljamain versus Sandhagen, or if Moraes beats Yan, then you do Yan versus Cody or Moraes versus Cody in the meantime. Yeah. But if Moraes beats Yan, then you give the winner of Aljo Sterling, or you give the winner of Aljo versus Sandhagen the title shot. And if Yan beats Moraes, you give Cody the winner of Aljamain versus Sandhagen in like a main event. So it's like, it's a bit more appealing to the winner of Aljo versus Sandhagen, you know. Mitchell versus Rota prediction. Mitchell wins. Mitchell wins by decision, stays out of submissions, and stays on top in control. So Rota likes to be on bottom, and when you're not finishing guys, it's really bad to do that. So I'm just going to guess that he doesn't finish Mitchell. Stays on his back for the dying. Stays on the back for the majority of the fight and just loses it. Jerry, MMA 95 with Brendan Shaw, but I really don't give a fuck, man. I probably will watch it, to be fair, but I ain't listened to none of Brendan Shaw's fucking blockbuster statements in that. I'm not looking to Brendan Shaw to break down any fights for me, I'll be honest with you. You know? Brendan Shaw destroys Khabib. Did you hear Justin admit that his offensive wrestling isn't that good for his takedown defense he's known for? It's his takedown defense he's known for. Yeah, but his wrestling, offensive wrestling was actually pretty good there. But I don't know, though. I've never even seen it that much, to be honest with you. I know there's some fights when guys at World Series are fighting, try shooting on him, and he has good takedown defense there. But like, I remember Poirier shot a half-hearted takedown, got him down, but Gaethje bounced back up. But Michael Johnson got him down, but it was terrible, and it was against a cage, so Gaethje got back up. I don't know. I think it's very cool to say you have great takedown defense when the guys have got no legs by the time they shoot a double leg on you. I don't know. I think Ferguson, if you shoot straight away, first thing, he can maybe get him down and probably out-grapple him as well. You're banking on Cejudo not to be peaking for him to win, then ironically Cruz will lose for that exact reason. Dan. Oh, that's Dan. I think even if Cejudo shows up, great. I think Cejudo is still the perfect style to beat him, to be honest with you. What fighter should Cyril Gane fight next? Shamail or Sergui? Cyril Gane should face the winner of Ben Rothwell versus OSP. If it's Ben Rothwell, incentivize Ben Rothwell with a nice trip inside the rankings against Cyril Gane. Or if it's OSP, then, you know, if he wants to, I know he didn't say he wanted to stay at heavyweight, but if he does, then him versus Gane sounds good. Or Gane versus Shamil. But Shamil's coming off a loss. Winners versus winners. Maybe do Gane versus Sergey Spivak, if that's his name. Not Sergey Spivak, Sergey Pavlovich. There you go. He's coming off a win against Maurice Green, first round KO. It's a good win. It's a good fight. Who wins Colby versus... Oh, that completely disappeared. My whole chat just updated, so whoever was talking about Colby versus someone, retype it. I'll try and read it. Cruz looked big. Henry looked 6 pounds lighter than Cruz. I'm more confident in Cruz. Same here. Even in the grappling as well. Like, even if you thought Cejudo was going to out-grapple him, seeing that size difference, it's mad. It's a little bit different. Thoughts on the face-offs? Cruz is way bigger than Cejudo. I didn't know that. And Ngannou's way bigger than Rosenstruik. I knew that, but it was just good to see him square off with each other. Qatar's a lot bigger than Stevens, even though Stevens missed weight. I know Google doesn't say they're that much apart in height, but he does seem a lot taller than him, a lot more rangy, a lot longer, you know. Jeff Neal versus Santiago. That's a good fight. That's a really good fight. Colby versus Edwards. Who wins? Oh, that was the question. Colby would win against Edwards. I think I've answered you that many times. I'm going to be honest. In that end of the day, I want to see Conor beat Khabib and become champion again. I don't care about Tony, Khabib, or Gaethje. Just Conor is an icon and a superstar. Oh, yeah, everyone wants Conor to win. If you want what's best for the UFC, you want Conor to win because he'll generate the biggest numbers for the UFC and the sport in general and create the most hype around weight divisions that he takes place in. But, yeah, but if you don't want McGregor to win, I guess there might be a guilty pleasure seeing some guy fail, which is kind of, I get it. It would be quite funny if McGregor got KO'd by like fucking Beneil Dariush or something. Like, it would be quite funny. But I want McGregor to win, though, for sure. And everyone should, because it's the biggest fights. You know, who doesn't want to see a rematch between him and Khabib? I want to see it. Not now, but if he wins one more, definitely. Who does want to see him versus Ferguson? Even for just a build-up. I think Ferguson's the one guy that could... I know. I like some people say that they live in their fucking head rent free. Like Ferguson would be charging rent for McGregor to be in there, you know, like it's that much of a fucking maintenance. Jairzinho not 6'4", Rosenstruik. Yeah, he definitely isn't 6'4". Who's a real? He's like 6'1" or something. He's shorter than me. He's not a big guy. Who's a real Tiger King? I don't know. I haven't even watched it, man. A lot of people keep talking about it. I already know that. Like I hate that things go so popular. I know it, and I don't even have to watch it. I know what it's about. Carol Baskin killed her husband, maybe, and some guy owned a tiger enclosure, and he made a music video. That's all I need to know to talk about it in conversation. How does Span beat Alvey? First round KO. Who wins Colby versus Conor at welter? Colby would win. Colby would win. Tough, not on Fight Island. Why would... Is that like a headline or something? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Dominic looked good on the scale. He looked better than he was looking a few days before. Because the other day he was looking really bad during an interview. And I'm hoping it was just kind of the quality. Or maybe he had just woken up or something. Because he looked quite delirious. But he looked good on the scale though. Tapology height is wrong all the time. Yeah. You're about a month late on Tiger King. Yeah, I ain't going to fucking watch it as shit anyway. When Adora Zak Al Hassan. Oh, man. I don't know what that means. Don't know what that means at all. We do, Dan, mate. Yes. Here to call, but hard to call, but he should get it. I want to see Conor get remembered like MJ, Ronaldo, Gretzky. You're naming like sports stars and you just thrown in Michael Jackson's name. Oh, Michael Jordan. Fuck. There you go. That'll be the MJ I'm looking for. He was the one who got us all into watching UFC every weekend. People just don't want to admit it. I mean, he was a big favor, but even if McGregor lost against Aldo, I still would have watched the UFC every weekend, you know? I think. McGregor's success didn't commit me to the UFC, but him being there definitely piqued my interest a bit. Cheat Hall of Fame, DC, right at number one. Right at number one. And then maybe Jones first, because DC is kind of Jones's prodigy, you know? Like Jones, like, this is how you really got to poke the eyes. And then DC, by learning from experience, has been able to apply it into champion fights ever since. So good job. Masvidal was ducking Usman. He kind of is. Unless he fights someone equally as dangerous, then he is. But if he signs to fight Leon Edwards, I don't think he's ducking Usman. But if he signs to fight Nick Diaz or Nate Diaz in a rematch, he's 100% ducking Usman. But if he signs to fight McGregor, I get it. It's McGregor. You're going to make a shit ton of money. Usman ain't a fucking star in his own division. Like, Usman's the one champion that, like, the whole division could exist without, you know? Like, the light heavyweight division kind of needs Jones in the mix, you know? Middleweight needs Adesanya right now. Heavyweight needs Stipe to come back around, proven by the fact that right now it's a fucking graveyard without Stipe in the mix because we're waiting so long for him to come back. Cejudo is needed. You know, we need a champion at flyweight eventually. Volkanovski, maybe not. Who knows? Khabib is needed, though. Even though Conor McGregor and Tony Ferguson are in his division, he's still needed. But Usman could just disappear and no one would care. He's taking Vadum's head off. Hey, have fun fighting on my undercard, bro. Someone needs to make edits of that because that is the perfect prediction from Tony Ferguson. You know? Tony Ferguson predicts the future. You know that Conor McGregor video? On the fucking future. Hey, Guru, sorry I'm late. Please don't embarrass me. You fucking disgrace. Thoughts on Stipe getting stripped? Only if he's wearing his fireman outfit. Am I right? I'm joking. I don't mind. No, I do mind. Sorry. I really fucking mind. Anger flows through my veins. Let me rephrase that. Jesus Christ. Terrible. He should not be stripped and he should not be forced to fight either because DC is not the heavyweight champion. DC's lucky to be getting a trilogy. Like, I don't understand why he's being favored so much. DC should not be considered, like, in any way. Like, I don't understand. The UFC has obviously become good friends with DC over the years, but Jesus Christ, there is some level of favoritism that we've never seen before. Jacob, $1.99. Juru, thank you very much. I don't know what that means, but I'm not Jewish. Thank you very much. Jacob, toast for your $2. $2. Volenchov, nobody cares about boring, insecure Russians who can't put on a show, dance, and entertain. That's a little Khabib insult there. 50 on Tony and Bryce Mitchell for 117. Nice. Vadum wins by flying kick KO in the first round. Listen, it could happen because, as we know, flying shit happens to work on Alexei Olenek. Ask Walter Harris, you know, straight away, flying knee, right up the middle, right to the armpit. Olenik's weak spot, apparently. I didn't know that, but apparently Olenik's armpit is his weak spot. Olenik looks hella good. He does look quite good. I wouldn't say hella good because I'm straight, but he does look quite good. Stipe is ducking DC. He's not, though, at all. Because he beat him. Despite DCI poking him. Am I wrong? Anyway. Price upkicks Luque. Imagine. Like, what would be the craziest thing? I don't think there would be a way you could say a fight would finish where I would be surprised. You know, if someone were to make a prediction, like some guys say, oh, Ngannou via rolling knee bar. Someone said that in my video the other day. I think it was, I don't know who it was. Someone will mention it was them. Because there's definitely someone that was in here. I don't think you could say anything that would surprise me with Nico Price. If someone predicted Price to win by fucking Imanari roll tap out to strikes somehow, like it could happen. It's fucking Nico Price. It was me. There you go. I doubt it, but I'll believe you for now unless someone else claims it. You're just jealous of DC's hairline. That's not true. Why does the UFC and media love DC so much? They want to throw Stipe, who is working in pandemic and comes off surgery that is DC fault off. Yep. The DC is the fault of. Yep, I understand. I don't understand. Well, I know why they love DC so much, because they're friends with him. There should be a business relationship between the fighters and the media and the UFC staff, in my opinion. And this is why I have a problem with guys becoming commentators, because they work their way through and eventually the commentators are screaming, oh no, when you get KO'd in the ring by Stipe. Like, that shouldn't happen at all. I'm okay for fighters to become commentators. Just don't become, you know what I mean? Don't go back to fighting. Like, when you're retired from fighting, like Michael Bisping, become a commentator. By all means. You're out of the sport. You have no ties to anyone. You still have ties to people, by the way, because you trained with half the fucking roster. That's how the UFC guys work. But you're not, like, still in there, you know? But it's just, I don't know. Active fighters should not be allowed to work for the company, in my opinion. Does Stipe have the power to reject the trilogy and fight the winner of Ngannou versus Rosenstruik? Would it be so funny and Karma at its finest? He could. Imagine if he lost to the winner of Ngannou Rosenstruik, though. That would be a big karma. That would be a return of karma towards him. But I don't understand why he couldn't. You know? Like, if Usman said, I want Leon Edwards, they'd give him Leon Edwards. You know? Like, if Volkanovski said, I don't want the Holloway rematch, I want the Korean Zombie next, they would give it to him. But Stipe has to fight DC because they have chosen DC for him. Like, Stipe is the challenger. It's weird, man. It's just a weird situation at heavyweight. I've never understood it. Khabib fans make me hate Khabib. Yeah, that's the case with a lot of fans of people. Khabib fans are just horrible. I don't even mind Khabib as a person, but his fans really just tick my fucking time bomb, you know? Cruz was the one who said, oh no. Exactly. And he was a fighter as well. It's madness. Stipe would beat DC. I think he would finish him earlier in the third. Now that he knows the body shots are there. Listen, as much as DC says that he fixes holes in his game, we've heard him say, you aren't going to kick me with your left leg in my head before. Like, at his age, you ain't reinventing yourself. You know, like, you're going to have the same problems. You're not going to gain any power. You know? You're not going to gain a better chin at this point. I'm going to gain all of these things. So I worry for DC coming back, to be honest with you. Stipe is scared of DC. He beat him. Shut up. Jesus Christ. What did you have for dinner? I haven't had dinner yet. Oh, no, I did. I had a naked burger with a cheese slice on top of it. It was very nice indeed, actually. Very, very enjoyable. Charles Bennett versus Spike Carlisle. That'd be a fun one. I definitely wouldn't happen, but it'd be a fun one, I guess. Crazy horse. Guru's going down this Saturday. I'm so excited. Same here, dude. Nico's chin worries me. It does for me as well. It does for me. I can't pick him against Luque, man, because I know if Price tags Luque with a big shot in a combo, Luque might get dropped, but he'll be fine. You know, maybe Price could TKO him, but I know if Price catches, if Luque catches Price in an exchange, Price is going to come off way worse, in my opinion. Like, his chin is, for a guy who's as crazy as he is, I guess it would make sense for him to have the chin that he does, but I don't know. He just does worry me a bit, you know. He cuts a lot of weight. He's a big boy for the division. It just, I don't know. He's got a small head, small incel chin. It worries me a bit. You know, like Jeff Neal's chin worries me as well. Like, I haven't seen Neal's chin tagged hard, and I've still seen him rocked. That's what worries me about Jeff Neal. I haven't even seen his chin landed on, but I've still seen him rocked. Like, I don't know. It's a little bit strange. Go a quick run through for predictions tomorrow. A quick run through, yeah. I can name it off by heart. Ferguson, Cruz. Ferguson by third round or late third round TKO. Last of Us 2 sucks. Yeah, I know, it's a feminist bitch. Cruz wins by decision, wins every round. Other than the first. I'll give Cejudo the first. But Cruz wins every other round, in my opinion. I think Cejudo might drop him at one point, but I don't think he's going to finish him, though. And then Ngannou KOs Rosenstruik in the first. Qatar KOs Stevens, and I hope that it happens even more now that Stevens has missed weight. Hardy KOs Hardy decisions De Castro, pretty uneventfully, I'd say. Pettis KOs Cerrone. Olenek KOs Verdum, which no one likes, but I'm going with it because I think it's a good prediction. And then Michelle Waterson's just going to get smushed by Carla Esparza and then call for a title shot after she loses, probably. How many rounds till... and Uriah Hall submits... Jacare submits Uriah Hall in the second round. Cruz by KO. Hardy by KO. Yeah, fair enough. Are you going to invite your neighbor over to smoke and stream? No, not going to happen. Cruz wins and calls out Shevchenko. Les Shevchenko. I mean, he could do. I don't know. I think if Cruz wins, he'll call out TJ. It wouldn't surprise me. It would honestly not surprise me if TJ was in the arena. That wouldn't surprise me either. I don't know. TJ should be in the arena, in my opinion. Like, if he wanted to really capitalize here, be in the arena. Because if Cejudo wins, he's not going to say anything to you, probably. But he might do. But if Cruz wins and he sees you, he's 100% going to say something. 100%. Guru smokes mids because it's cheaper. That's not true. UFC can't strip Stipe or else they lose credibility. I think Stipe is a little bit too nice with negotiating. He has the power right now. Lol. Pisses me off. Usman DC, Old Woodley can, but Stipe can't. Yeah. Who's next for Perry? James Vick. Loser goes home. Cancel one of them out, in my opinion. Or Emil Meek. One of them two guys. But definitely give him someone coming off a loss. Definitely give him someone coming off a loss. Or the loser of Price versus Luque. If it's Nico Price, it would be way more interesting. But if it's Luque, I guess we get a fun rematch. I don't know if I would do the rematch straight away like that. Maybe Perry versus Kraus. You kind of want it so that if the guy beats Perry, you can still have a promotable fighter. But Kraus is a bit older, so I don't know if you'd want to do that with Perry. I don't know, man. Perry worries me a bit because I don't know what he's going to do after fighting other than go to prison. You know, Meek is a bad matchup, I think. Yeah, but at the same time, Meek does get rocked a bit. So I wouldn't mind the matchup. But he is a bad matchup for Perry, I would say. He's a bit too chaotic for Perry, you know? He'll go straight at you and try everything. You know? I think Perry needs some time to find his shots at times, you know? Perry got absolutely robbed versus Luque. I've been looking at the stats more than ever. Let me look at the stats for that fight. Perry versus Luque, because I said he got robbed. I even claimed that we should go to war with Uruguay because he got robbed and burn it to the ground, if no one remembers that video. Stats. Platinum Mike Perry. Perry landed more, is what I'm seeing here. Let me see by rounds, though. Okay, so Luque landed... Oh, no, Perry landed 32 to 28 in the first, and he landed the bigger shots. And he made Luque bleed as well in those rounds. So Perry wins round 1. Round 2 was 41-41. But Perry threw less, I guess. So that was a close round, but I think Perry landed more again. And rocked Luque on a couple of occasions. Rocked him a couple times. Perry won 12 clinches out of 18. You know, he scored 12 clinches anyway, I guess you could say. And then Luque won in the third by 1 strike. I don't know, man. I never understood that decision. It would be in such a different situation if Perry never ate that flying knee. You know? Imagine if Perry won and they were doing Perry versus Till at welterweight. That would be a completely different scenario. But, you know, judges. 2-hour stream today, right? Hell yeah. Should Robbie even come back? Yes, because what else is he going to fucking do? You ain't got many options, you know. Will they be a UFC 249 official weigh-in? I don't know because I don't read the future, but maybe. If Verdum wins, Derek Lewis versus Fabricio Verdum next, maybe. Guru? That'd be good. That'd be good. I'm down. Yeah, 100%. Or Olenek even. If Olenek wins, because then they're a high-ranked guy ready to fight, so I'm down. Plus, if Verdum wins, he's got 2 fights left on his contract, so he's going to be looking to stay active, I'm sure. 100%. You know, especially when the time's on the clock. Now that he's had his whole career ahead of him, or now that his whole career is kind of done and behind him, I'm sure he's going to want to stay active while he's still a bit as young as possible when he gets back to the title, if he ever does. Who knows? I don't think he will, but, you know. Perry would get bullied by Till. Yeah, so I think so. It would be horrible. Horrible indeed. Guru, would you like to see Cruz versus TJ2? How do you see it? I don't care about your question. I've been given money. Fuck you, Dan MMA. Thank you, Non Sequitur, for the love the commentary. Let us fund for $2.49. Thank you very much. The Devil's Lettuce shall be funded by Non Sequitur, a long-time donator of the stream. Thank you very much, and I'll get back to Dan MMA's question in a second. But right now, the spotlight is for the man that just gave me $20, because that is a big amount of money. You know? Only a cool person donates money to a YouTube live stream. You know? Only someone really cool. So thank you very much, Non Sequitur, the coolest guy in the chat. Until someone donates more, of course, in which case you'll be a loser again. But that's the game. Thank you very much for the $20. Non sequitur, my man. Would you like to see Cruz versus TJ2? Let me get back to it. How do you see it going? I think like the first all over again and Cruz takes it. I would like to see it, but under certain conditions, I think would be better. I think TJ should win one. Because I'm all for if TJ got... TJ is a very smart the way he played it because he vacated his belt. If TJ was stripped, I don't think they would be talking about giving him a title straight away, but he vacated his belt. So, you know, it's a different name for what happened. So I think that might be swaying some things, but I think TJ should have to win one fight. At least, you know? At least one fight. Winner, like if Marlon beats Yan and Marlon's not going to get a title shot, then do Marlon versus TJ. If Aljo versus Sandhagen, winner doesn't get the title shot because Yan wins against Marlon, then do fucking the Aljo Sandhagen winner versus TJ. Who knows? We'll see. Or if Assunção KOs Cody Garbrandt and is now the talk of the town, you can do the trilogy between him and TJ. Who knows? Anything can happen. Thank you for the $20 though, Non Sequitur, my man. So Hudo screwed the bantamweights and the flyweights when you think about it. They've been in absolute limbo for ages now because the whole situation's fucked up. Not because of him entirely, but, you know, Figueiredo kind of missed weight. Kind of fucked up the whole division, but, you know, he didn't save the flyweights. And if Cejudo saved the flyweights, Cruz created them, you know? Cejudo saved, Cruz created. Gay, thank you very much. Thank you for the $20 again, Non Sequitur, my man. Another $2 from Jacob Toast. Thank you. If Cruz has the belt, TJ versus Cruz. Yeah, but like, are they going to give him it straight away? Like, how many more guys does Yan have to beat, or Aljo have to beat, or Sandhagen have to beat before they get a title shot, you know? It's just a bit weird to me that they would do that immediately. To be honest with you, I get it because we're under the situation right now and we don't know. I'm not a virgin. We're under the situation right now of a pandemic, and I understand that they're somewhat scrambling, but we're not going to be by the time TJ comes back in January, which, by the way, is in how many months? 7 months. 7 months from now, TJ's back. That went very quickly, and I'm going to die soon because that should not have flown by so quick. Guru, how'd you keep missing my comment? Well, I saw that one. That's very useless. Guru, read my last statement. You should have used up those two... What's flying around my room again? You should have used up those 2 comments to repeat what you said rather than making me scroll up like a mong. Oh my God, you're just spamming. You've missed this. You've missed that. Is your full UFC 249 full card breakdown coming out? No. I did a full card breakdown. It's basically the same card, but a few fights changed. I'm not doing it again. Fuck you. How do you think Walker would do it at heavyweight? I've done all the individual fights, man. What more do you want from me, man? I've done every individual fight, at least 13 minutes of fucking video, I feel like. Jesus Christ. How do you think Walker would do it at heavyweight? Listen, Alir Latifi went to a split with Derek Lewis, so honestly, Johnny Walker could probably beat him. Even though I'm not saying Johnny Walker's better than Latifi, but you know, anything could fucking happen at heavyweight. They're all trash. I think he'd do good. He's 6'5". He's a big guy. His chin would maybe be a bit better. I don't know though. I don't think he would do good at heavyweight unless they gave him like an alley-oop. Like let's say Arlovski just beats the shit out of Felipe Lins for 5 rounds or 3 rounds, and then they give him Arlovski. And maybe Walker could win. More money. Holy shit. Followification, $5. Sup Guru. Would you rather get teabagged by Ben Rothwell or get eye poked by John Jones? Cheers. Eye poked by John Jones. Because guys seem to survive. Even though it looks horrible, they survive. But I don't think guys would... Like, let's say I get teabagged by Ben Rothwell and he goes past his squatting limit, you know? Like when he dips too far on a squat and you don't get back up and he just crushes my face. Like, I'd rather get... I wouldn't take the risk of a clean teabagging from Rothwell, you know? I'd rather take the eye poke from Jones and at least know I'll be safe and not dead, even though I would maybe have one eye. I'll still be alive. Jacob, $2, $1.99. Why would TJ have to fight someone he hasn't lost? Yeah, but although he claims he was innocent, it was drugs in his system, tested positive for drugs. You know, don't give him a title shot when he comes back. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe teach some guys a lesson. Maybe. Alejandro Sanchez, take off your beanie and I'll tip again, you nugget. $5. Are you kidding me? Someone just offered me $200, you clown. But thank you very much, Alejandro Sanchez, for your money. $5 is a lot. Thank you very much. But you think $5 are going to get this beanie off? People have offered thousands. It ain't happening until I say so. This beanie comes off at a moment. Okay? I'll wait to be exposed first and then I'll take it off. You know, I'll wait for someone to sneakily record me from like a bus and I'm just sitting there without it. Is this the guru? And then I'll make a video where I reveal it all, you know, and I come clean. Alejandro Sanchez, thank you very much for the $5 though. And also Flowification, thank you very much for the $5. And Non Sequitur, thank you very much for the $20 as well. I appreciate you, all of you. What time is your companion? Well, I was thinking of doing it an hour before the fights. No, when the fights start, man. When the fights start, of course I'll be live when the fights start. That's when my fight companion's going to be. What time? Maybe today. No. When the fights start, bro. Otherwise, there's nothing to companion. You know? I mean, think the question's few. Think the question's through, because I'm missing out good questions here to answer yours. What's the chance that Rosenstruck will flash his crack this fight? There's a very high chance. He's got that body for it, you know? He's got that, he's got like a white man body. You know, that builder body where the ass crack is just asking to come out. You know what I mean? I rewatched Reyes-Jones fight. I rewatched Reyes-Jones fight. 4th round was Reyes all day. Can you watch that round after stream or if you have time, please? I will. I thought the only argument for 4 rounds was the 4th round to Reyes, obviously. But, yeah, I thought it was close. I said he even could have won that one. I don't think he won that one, though. Because although he did land the bigger shots, and I think he even, if I remember the 4th round, he rocked Jones with a head kick at the start of it, remember? Jones landed more than him in that round. So I'd maybe edge towards Jones. But, yeah, the 4th round was close. I'd have to watch it again. Who knows? I've got some serious competition with the spam today. Indeed. What's the chance that Rosenstruck will flash his crack this fight? I've already read it. You know that. Till versus Cannonier. Yeah, I know, a lot of competition. Till versus Cannonier, June 13th, rumored. Look at Till IG. I'm actually happy. Like, I know that sounds bad, but I'm actually happy that he's not fighting Whitaker. Darren Till. I put a poll out on Twitter. Like gorilla. And a fight. And there's no fight. Where's his Instagram? Here we go. Let's find out. Have I been debated? It's just a clip of him in shape. What was the teaser? I don't get the teaser. I don't know how you deduced that he was fighting Cannonier from that. Till posts a video. This is the mindset of people. Till posted a picture of himself. Till versus Cannonier, June 13th. Like, what? What the fuck? How does that lead you to believe that? There's no caption or anything. Did you rewatch Cerrone versus Lawler? No. I watched... What fights did I watch yesterday? I was going to watch... I I don't even fucking know. Thank you again, non sequitur. It was $20. I'll give you one more. Thank you. Thank you very much, non sequitur, my man. Cerrone versus Lawler. I didn't rewatch it. I was gonna rewatch something though, man. I don't even fucking remember what fights I watched yesterday. Would you ever do a film studies? No. Guru, do you believe that Conor McGregor will jump on the winner of Tony versus Justin? If it's Justin, he will. But he's already setting seeds with Poirier, so who knows? I think if Gaethje wins, he'll try. But if Tony wins, he'll kind of cut his losses and go for Poirier, I reckon. Like, Tapper fans make me sick. Yeah, but they're like here's the problem, though. Conor's fans are casuals. Khabib's fans are hardcore fans. Yeah? But they're still retarded. Like, at least Conor's fans are casual and you can be like, oh, that's why they're dumb. But Khabib's fans are like hardcore MMA fans, but they're still thick as shit, you know? Now, that's the problem. I think Rosenstruik could beat Francis. He called him out for a reason. Rosenstruik have much more heavyweight bout experience. No, he doesn't. At all. What are you talking about? Much more heavyweight bout experience. If you're talking about the 5 rounds between him and Overeem, Ngannou went 5 rounds with Stipe and lost the whole thing, just like Rosenstruik did. You know? Except Ngannou didn't catch Stipe with an early stoppage 5 seconds left. Ngannou went 3 rounds with Lewis. Even though it wasn't a fucking fight, it was 3 rounds in the cage. Ngannou has more fights at heavyweight than Rosenstruik. Rosenstruik didn't go past the first 2 minutes in 2 of his fights. Against Arlovski, I don't think even past the first minute in Arlovski and Crowder. Against Albini, he was losing the first round. Won in the second. Like, I don't understand these retarded statements that people make. More experienced than Ngannou. It just hasn't at all. I don't think Rosenstruik would weigh 260 pounds. Madness. Yeah, he must be one of them guys like Taffa. Justin Taffa weighed like similar to the same as Juan Adams. He must be just... There's some guys like Whitaker as well. Must be that Islander genetic, maybe. Who did you say? Rosenstruik? I don't know where. I think he's from Suriname. I think he is. I don't know. I don't know the location of it. I know it's in Africa, but I don't know whereabouts. Rosenstruik, I think it's like East Africa. Rosenstruik does have more experience. Kickboxing, man. Oh, so not heavyweight. UFC. Okay. All right, cool. 3 fans of Conor haters. Okay. That's all. Conor fans are hardcores and people who don't even watch MMA. No. Look up Robbie Lawler. Why if he's got the hottest one in the UFC? No, I'm okay. Actually, I will, actually, because that's actually piqued my interest quite a bit. I don't think he does, because I've seen her before. After he had his lip torn off. What are you talking about? I almost could ban you for saying something like that. This is the best out of anyone in the UFC? Suriname is in South America. Okay, I kind of fucked up there. Suriname in Africa? I don't fucking know. Why would you say Robbie Lawler's wife out of all of them? I could ban you for that, honestly. Like, and not feel remorse. Are you a donator? Because I actually might ban you for that. Who said that shit? Oh, sorry, guys. I didn't know Suriname was in... None of you knew where it was until you watched a Rosenstruik interview. Shut up. Jesus Christ. Jeez, everyone's spam. Oh, mistake from Guru. I know, I'm human, guys. Dan is clearly ugly too. Dan? I don't know what's going on in the chat anymore. Rosenstruik versus Francis is going to be a kickboxing match. They both going to stay standing. Yeah, but if Francis wants to, he'll take him down and mush him into a pulp. You know? Not to mention, if you want to say that Rosenstruik's got a great kickboxing experience, then guess what? Francis Ngannou's only training partner is Cyril Gane. Main training partner. Kickboxer turned MMA fighter. Bigger, longer, faster than Rosenstruik. Maybe not the same power, but I'd say better technically. I know it's hard to say, but I've watched Rosenstruik versus Overeem. I know Cyril Gane hasn't fought Overeem, but I don't get it, man. I don't know. Rosenstruik released a music video today, by the way. Nice. Same time as Takashi. Treyway. Suriname is in London. Okay. Rosenstruik by check hook. Francis will chase the KO. I don't know if he will. What I don't like is when Francis starts talking shit, though. Like, I did not know this guy. I don't have to Google. I'm going to. I don't like the shit talk from Ngannou because it makes me feel like he's going to get KO'd badly or lose badly. Every time he shit talks, he loses, you know? So we'll see. UFC 249 prelims on Fight Pass. Let's go. Normally they only air early prelims. Exactly. Oh, they actually on Fight Pass. Jesus Christ, that's good. That is a really good deal. Nice. Maybe it's because they bumped up the price on Fight Pass to $8 from $5 or some shit like that. No, I'm not gonna man like Khalid. Calvin Kattar is the hottest fighter. Listen, he's potential. I mean, maybe not. I wouldn't say the hottest out of all of them, but he's a looker, you know. He's all right. I want the big scary guy, Francis. I want the big scary guy, Francis Ngannou. More Francis. I want to do the two psychopath. Alejandro Sanchez, $10. Thank you. You racist. Just because he's black, he's from Africa. Why not Europe? Well, actually, everyone's from Africa originally, so it doesn't have to be. Wait, just because he's black, he'd be from Africa? Why would you assume that? I said that only because he's black. Everyone's from Africa originally. I was just saying it as a general statement about everyone, you know? Chill out, racist, Alejandro Sanchez. Jesus. Take that shit elsewhere. I don't know what you feel about Africans colonizing South America, Sanchez, but you need to keep that shit to yourself, all that bias of yours. Jesus Christ. I know you donated $10, but Jesus. I guess racism pays. Am I right? Alejandro Sanchez. I'm joking. Thank you very much. Rosenstruck was 6'4", not 6'2". Then maybe it's a close fight. And Ngannou all day. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know if the height is the only reason, but it is one a huge factor though. Mainly the reach over the height, I would say, Dan MMA. Can we agree on that maybe? Like the reach is way bigger of a factor. Like if Rosenstruck was the same height but had the same reach that he does now, I don't know. If Dewey Cooper is in your corner, you lose. Yeah, I know who that is. That's the Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee's coach. Black guy with the dreads. There he is. There we go. He does Kevin Lee's boxing. There you go. Look, pad work. Coach Dewey Cooper featuring Kevin Lee. There we go. Wonderful. Yeah, he's a good trainer, though. I don't think he's a bad guy at all. Johnny Walker and Kevin Lee. Indeed. They want to strip Stipe, but they didn't strip Bisping when he was ducking Romero. One thing I like about Dewey Cooper, though, is he doesn't use big mitts when he does pad work. He uses really small targets in his hands, which is good. Like, I think it's better for people, to be honest with you, because once you give them that huge target of a mitt, it's why would you do that when you could have a smaller target for them to hit on your hands? You know, a lot of guys can clip mitts and it'll still make the noise. I'd rather have a small mitt so I know that I'm hitting dead on target. You know, I low-key hope Waterson wins because she's going to say she's a great matchup for Zhang. Yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous. Mom champ, Dana, mom champ. You're number 7, Michelle Waterson. Mom champ. Yeah, but you're number 7. But I'll post a nude on Instagram. No, you're number 7 in the world. Calm down. You're nowhere near the championship. You calm your fucking tits. Like, I don't understand why she comes out with that shit. But, you know, it's all good. Cerrone going to fold. Or Pettis is going to bitch out. You never know. Isn't it crazy how Pettis and Cerrone are 2 victims by Tony, and then Pettis and Cerrone are victims of Leon Diaz? Yep. Same style, eh? Same style, eh? Hey, what are you, Bookie? Thank you very much for the $10 again, no, Alejandro Sanchez. Even though you are a crippling, horrible racist, and I don't agree with anything you say. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate your filthy racist cash that you made off of the slave trade, no doubt. Thank you. When is your May 16th card prediction video? After 249. I'm not going to stack all of them before 249. I'll do it like Monday after 249 because I've realized my Smith predictions aren't getting any views because everyone's still focused on 249. You know? Luke versus Anderson Silva. Thank you for the $10 again, Alejandro Sanchez, by the way. Luke versus Anderson Silva. Luke would win that, I reckon. One leg kick and Anderson would fake a knee injury and jump around on it afterwards and then get his show money, which is a lot. Hey, Guru. If the UFC do decide to strip Stipe, do you think we will see the winner of Ngannou versus Rosenstruck fight DC for the vacant heavyweight title? Question mark. If the UFC do decide to strip Stipe for not fighting during the pandemic, they are going to crush the great image that they have built themselves during this pandemic. You know, like they have just about got by without any negative press. If they strip someone for not wanting to fight during a pandemic of his championship belt, the heavyweight champion of the world, then there's going to be some backlash from the media, I feel like. Although Ariel Helwani is all in favor for stripping Stipe, I'm sure, because he's friends with DC, as soon as Stipe gets stripped, Ariel Helwani will be against DC and for Stipe. Because, you know, that's the way the media works. She's good at karate, yo. Yeah, all those high kicks against a wrestler. Genius in the chat. She's good at karate, yo. Yeah, she's good. All those front kicks and high kicks and side kicks to the face against someone who wants to take you down. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one at all. They wouldn't strip Khabib, though. They wouldn't at all. Because, I don't know. Stipe is... I don't know what the common denominator is, but I don't know. I guess Stipe is a fireman that saves lives, so he should be punished. I don't know. Who knows? Guru, you agree that Michelle Waterson isn't that hot? Like, she's not ugly at all, but average. I don't get all the hype around her. She's a fighter, so she's compared to other fighters. I know what you mean, though. Like, in like, the real world, she's not... I understand what you mean, 100%. That a lot of these fighters aren't. In the real world, compared to the best of the best, there ain't a lot. Like, they ain't got a lot going for themselves, but we're comparing them to the other females that we see in. We're comparing them to Cyborg. Okay? Like that's the standard. You know? We're comparing them to fucking, who is another? I don't want to list idiot. I'm not saying Cyborg is. Never mind. I'm just going to back out of this conversation, and we're going to become, Bryce Mitchell becomes a big start by 2021. Why was that the comment I came back to? You misspelled everything. Becomes a big star by 2021. I believe so, if he stays active, but I don't know. He doesn't care enough about fighting, I think, which it either could work and make him a superstar, or it could backfire because he's not trying hard enough, because he doesn't seem to focus on becoming champ or anything, you know? Like, he likes the simple life. He just likes to fight and get paid, so I don't know. Maybe that'll take away some drive, but who knows? Bryce Mitchell loses to Charles Rosa? I don't think so. Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't with Michelle. 100% I would, but, you know, just saying. But Cyborg for clout? Yeah, I'd let her. Rosa beats Mitchell. It could happen. Rosa's dangerous. I think he's just a bit older now, man. He's slowing down a bit in his age as well. Nico could very easily win. He could. You're right. I don't think he will, but he could. Price is going to lose again against Luque. I hope that Price wins. I really do, because he brings way more entertainment than everyone else. And also, if Price wins, when you think about it, it'd be good for other talents in the division. Like, if Luque wins, and he'll probably slide above. Where's Luque in the rankings? How is Jeff Neal above Luque? What the fuck has Jeff Neal done? I'm so confused, man. I don't get the rankings. I just don't know anymore with these rankings, man. Some of them are just ridiculous. Like, what has Jeff Neal done to be? He hasn't beat a single ranked opponent. A single ranked opponent. He's beat 4 guys in the UFC. One of them was a lightweight in Frank Camacho that took it on short notice. Like, I just don't get it. What has he done so impressively? Well, I guess he KO'd Perry, which means that he jumps above everyone to 12. Jesus Christ. He's black and American. I didn't say that. Someone in my chat did. For the people watching this back. He was ranked at 10 at some point. I know he slid down 2 spots. He was ranked above Lawler. He was ranked above Lawler. Mad. It's just madness. Kuru, you confused like Usman. In what round does Span KO Alvi? Round uno. Rosenstruik's song is fire. I need to listen to it, but it'll get copyrighted, so I'll play it afterwards. Edmund Shabazian, number 1. I like Edmund Shabazian. I think he's going to go far. I just don't know about his reach, though. His reach worries me. I want to see someone slug it back with him, because I like Brad Tavares, but I also know that if you're a certain level, you can beat Brad Tavares, which Shabazian is. But then you've got to face the awkwardness of Brunson. Like, there's different trials in that middleweight division, you know. Like, there's no division like that where one win over one guy means nothing when you're fighting the next guy that you're taking on, you know? Like, in some divisions, if you beat people, you can assume they'll beat the rest of them. But middleweight changes every ranking spot. If you look at these two, listen to the styles of different... Listen to me read through the middleweight division and just notice the drastic style change in every single one of them as I go on. Israel Adesanya, Robert Whittaker, Paulo Costa, Jared Cannonier, Yoel Romero, Darren Till, Jack Hermanson, Kelvin Gastelum, Derek Brunson, Shabazian, Uriah Hall, Tavares, Akhmedov. Like, it's just, it drastically changes. So if Shabazian beats Brunson, it'll tell me that he can beat Brunson, you know? It doesn't really tell me much about anyone else. Whereas if Dan, like when Dan Hooker beat Paul Felder, I can assume that he'll beat Ally Quinta, which he did as well, actually. So that may be a little bit of a biased example. But you know what I mean. Fuck you guys. Nico looks great. Luke a little frail. Luke always looks a bit bad on the scales, though. His face draws out a lot of weight, you know. Certain guys lose it in different areas, you know. Bumson. Nico came in the best shape on the card, in my opinion. Yeah, he looked good. He looked really good. He stays in shape. Very good shape. Dan Hooker versus Poirier will be awesome. That is an awesome fight. I need it to happen. But if McGregor wants to fight Poirier, then guess what, Dan Hooker? You're taking on the loser of Gaethje versus Ferguson. And that's what's happening. You're a Hooker fan, but I'll tell you he's a bum. But he beat Felder, though. $2. Glover is going to destroy Smith. It's mad, but it could happen because it's Smith. So you never fucking know, you know. Is Glover better than a home intruder? You never know. Does this fight take place in Anthony Smith's living room? We don't know the outcome. But if it's in a cage, I'll give the edge to Anthony Smith. How much bath salts does Glover's corner pack? You know, like it's just, you never know. Hooker didn't beat Felder. Okay, then. Here we go. I've been waiting to argue this for a very long time. Hooker didn't beat Felder. Hooker didn't beat Felder. Apparently, Hooker didn't beat Felder. Felder won. Chill out a second, would you? I'm loading it up. Felder won, despite losing by 8 strikes in round 1 and having a lower percentage of landing them. So he lost on strikes in round 1. He went even on strikes in round 2, but Dan Hooker had his back at one point, which means nothing. But when you're even on strikes, these things are to be taken into consideration for sure. So round 2, you could argue might be Felder's. But then Dan Hooker landed 39-28 in round 3 and landed a higher percentage of his strikes compared to his output as well, which means he wins that round because there was no takedowns. So he wins that one. So we've got a clear 1 and 3 for Hooker so far. 2 is either way, but I'll give it to Felder because he landed some of the bigger, cleaner shots. There you go. We'll give Felder round 2. Round 4, Felder surprisingly landed the least amount of strikes out of the previous 2 rounds that he had with 25. Even though it seemed action-packed, those shots were landing and they were hurting Dan Hooker. Easy round for Paul Felder. That's 2-2. Then the 5th round, Dan Hooker gets a takedown at the end and outstrikes Felder by 3 points. So he wins. Anyone? No? Okay, cool. Dan Hooker won. Thank you very much, guys. And that'll be wrapping it up. They get special treatment. Don't want to specify. Usman. Oh, okay. Here we go. We're going right into it. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. Not trying to offend anybody. I don't think... I'm going to make a risky statement here. And I'm going to join in this conversation about black African-American athletes. I don't think they get special treatment. I don't think that's true at all. I think that the UFC are just... This is dangerous because I'm uploading this VOD. So this is very dangerous. I'm going to say this very well. I don't think they give them unfair special treatment, but I think that they're especially careful about treating them unfairly. If you know what I mean. Like if they were going to fuck someone over, I don't think it's special treatment, but maybe Jones gets special treatment, but that's not because of his race, though. That's because Jones is the biggest star at light heavyweight, kind of. I don't think it's because of his race whatsoever, you know? Like, at all. Like, Jones is the biggest name. Like, I don't think you can talk about champions and talk about unfair treatment because of race. They get unfair treatment because they're champs. But in terms of everyone else, they don't get special treatment. It's just an awareness not to treat them unfairly. Whereas if someone was different, they wouldn't have any problems with that, you know? Like, there would be no narrative. Like, if Dana White fucked over a white fighter, they would never be, anti-white. No one would ever say that. But one idiot, for someone not getting a title shot, would make that headline, you know? It's just a way, it's just a little imbalance of things, you know? That's how it works. I don't know. UFC don't want to look racist or get the race card at them. Yeah, thanks to Woodley. Like, as much as Woodley was, like, the worst thing in a company is to have the race card pulled on you, because it affects your whole company, and it also affects, if it comes true, and there is some evidence to suggest it as well, then it changes the way everyone looks at the sport in general. With every fight, with every judge's decision. So Woodley to bring out the race card was a heavy hit to the UFC. I've lost 20 viewers for saying what I just said, by the way. Don't know if that's correlated, but maybe it is. Who knows? I feel like after that hip surgery, Dustin Poirier will help him a lot. You generate a lot of power from your hips, and that would be trouble for his opponents. Yes. Yeah. A lot of people don't. Some of them injuries, a lot of people don't take seriously enough. Like, a hip injury is massive in terms of everything. Sprawling, pushing for your own takedown. Like, the hips are big in everything takedown defense. And to be honest with you, knowing that he needed hip surgery before the Khabib fight, just saying, you know, I don't understand how Watson is so delusional. She's reasonably attractive in a sport of ugly women, so she gets favoritized. It's not really too hard to understand, to be honest with you. I doubt it has anything to do with race. It doesn't. When they're champions, it doesn't. It's because they're champions that they get special treatment. But, you know, I'm trying to twist people's perspectives to offer them a bit more of a cheerful perspective of it all, you know? I don't think it's special treatment. I think it's awareness not to be treated unfairly, you know? And they're a little bit more careful around certain people. Look at my comment on your Woodley versus Burns prediction video and you'll thank me. No. I'm hoping for Olenek eats it and knocks him out or subs him. Yeah, I know. I hope Olenek wins for some bizarre reason. We'll see what happens. Favoritized is not a word. It is because I said so. End of story. When judging a fight, is damage more important or how many strikes have been landed? Well, if the damage in rounds, then yes. Hence why when the strikes were even, I gave it to the damage in shots. But round 3, Hooker wasn't rocked. Round 5, he got hit and lost his footing at one point, but he wasn't badly rocked in round 5. And he got the takedown as well. Like, I take it into consideration, but I don't heavily take it into consideration. You know? Like, when they're close rounds, I get the bigger shots can count. But when a guy, and let me look at these stats again, is fucking 11 strikes above you in round 3, I don't care how big those shots you landed were. If the guy didn't get knocked down or rocked, he wins based on those shots. It's a striking match, you know? But if it was like, let me think. Let me just make up a number. Like, let's say in round 2, Dan Hooker landed 30. Let's say he landed 30 or 29, and Paul Felder landed 26. But Paul Felder, on 2 occasions, smashed Hooker around. Like, didn't rock him, but hurt him enough to where Hooker needs to relocate himself in the octagon. Maybe I would sway some things, you know, where it looked like Hooker was noticeably hurt. But I didn't see that in the 3rd. I didn't see it in the 1st. I saw it once in the 5th, but even then he was up on strikes. So maybe if Hooker didn't get the takedown at the end, I would still maybe give it to Felder, even though he was down on strikes as well. But with the takedown at the end, I can't give that to Felder just because you hurt him once more. Because you've got to credit the chin of someone as much as the power of another, you know? You can't be like, oh, crippling power. But was it because he's not out cold? So you kind of have to credit the toughness of one guy and the power of another. You can't just favor power, because otherwise there's no point in having a good fucking chin. You might as well get dropped and just lose the round anyway, you know? And I'm sure guys would rather do that. Rather than sit there and take those big shots, they would rather, like Nate Diaz did, pull guard after a bad body shot, you know, stuff like that to try and trick the judges. Alex Leon, interesting guru. Alex Leon. The elbow queen. Hooker won that fight only because Felder accidentally gave up round 5 with that stupid takedown. Exactly. But he won, right? I'm glad we're all in agreement here. Maybe that's where I lost the viewers for. I find it funny all of Yoel's most recent 3 to 4 fights had controversy. Yeah, well, he could have won against Adesanya. I don't think he won against Costa at all. The judges, the commentary can maybe make it seem that way, but he didn't win that fight. You know, I don't think so anyway. Like, I get it if you want to argue it, but I think the commentary is mainly. Hooker lost 4-1, get out. But I think the commentary was the main problem with that fight between Romero and Costa, because I watched it with the commentary afterwards and I thought, oh shit, maybe I was wrong. And I was actually panicking. I was panicking because I watched it with commentary, and obviously it's Yoel Romero and Joe Rogan's on commentary, so he's not going to shut the fuck up about him the entire time. Like, Costa would land a combo and Joe Rogan would say, how about this pressure from Romero? Like, it's just shut up. You know, we get it. You had him on your podcast. Have some real fucking guys on your podcast. You know, I mean, Yoel Romero. I'm not shitting on Yoel Romero. I just don't understand why Joe Rogan has Corey Anderson on his podcast, Usman twice within 3 months, and not Anthony Smith after his home invasion. Surely that's a great time to get Anthony Smith on the podcast. I don't know. Joe Rogan's podcast, I guess he's friends with guys. It makes sense. You know, it's his show. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, I guess. But either way, I don't know what we were talking about. Oh yeah, Romero versus Costa stats. I think the Whitaker-Romero fight should have been a draw, by the way. I think 5 could have been a 10-8. But 3 wasn't a 10-8, in my opinion. Majority of UFC fighters believe Yoel Romero was robbed of... Oh, no fucking surprise there. He trains at ATT. The majority of UFC fighters are at ATT. Dumb shit. Fuck off. UFC stats. Costa versus Romero. Romero landed more. I guess he was active in that third, yeah? Yeah, the third is massive for Romero there. 53. Landed more, but Costa landed way heavier. Yeah. Round 1 is easily Costa's. Plus, he dropped him, but Romero dropped him back. It's a close fight to call, but I just think Costa got it done. Way bigger shots, landed the combos, pressured him a lot. Even though it says Romero landed more in the second, for some reason, I don't fucking believe that. I've watched it so many times. Maybe they're counting a little... I know Romero was doing things in that fight that would have scored him some strikes, though. Because he was grabbing at the hands. He was going like... Remember this little jab he was doing where he was just flicking his jab out there? And it wasn't landing hard or anything, but it was just there. But then Costa would go and just destroy him. So it's just like, okay. You know, you got to give that to Costa in round 2. Cruz, Olenek, Pettis, Francis paying $22. Let's go. Nice, dude. They're risky, but I like it. I like the Cruz and Olenek to start things off. It's good. Basic, straightforward submissions. Imagine if you get Cruz and Olenek, but not Pettis and Francis. That would be the ultimate cuckery of a parlay. Basic, straightforward submissions, flashy setup submissions. Yeah. I like the flashy setup ones, though. I don't. I know the straightforward ones are more impressive, but I do like a flashy submission. Thank you for the $3, though, Jay. Vinegar Stroke. I appreciate you, man. Australian buckaroonies. But I like the basic straightforward submissions because the guy on bottom or the guy that's having the submission done to him has every chance to get out of it. When it's straightforward and basic and step-by-step, like, you know someone's better than someone when it's step-by-step and basic and straightforward, you know? But the flashy setups is kind of like, oh shit, out of nowhere. But I like them more, but I don't. I like the concrete win of a slow setup submission, if you know what I mean, rather than a surprise guard. $100 makes $2,000. Hopefully comes through. Nice. I will, Alex, brother. Cruz put on his bio on IG 3 times bantamweight champ. Nice. He might regret that very soon, but we'll see. I hope he doesn't. Hi, Guru. How are you, man? It's been a while. What's up, dude? Yeah, I remember you. I don't remember you. I'm sorry, but what's up? Unless you changed your name. I definitely don't remember that name. I remember a Jasper, maybe, but not the full name. But thank you. What's up? Henry picking up his pillows was embarrassing. He does it every time. I wish he would have been a little bit more creative. Like maybe if... I don't know what he could have done. How could he have embarrassed Cruz? I'm not sure. Maybe the pillow thing was a good idea. Who knows? Maybe he could have just came out and brought out like ACL tear surgeries and this surgery and that's... I don't know what he could have done. Maybe he was the surgeon, came dressed as a... I don't know. Cejudo's going to do what Cejudo's going to do. Innit? Cruz makes Cejudo looks like a child. Yeah. It really surprised me at the weigh-ins. If Cruz is this confident... If Cruz is... let the CTE leave your brain. Where is it? Where's the comment? If Cruz is this confident, he's winning. If he loses, that's just embarrassing, to be honest. Yep. Use your words. Thank you very much. Why did Henry just spit Cruz in the face? No way anyone would have seen that coming. Why didn't Henry just spit in Cruz's face? I mean, that would be the ultimate ruiner of the COVID tests, I reckon. Where's your Pepsi, Maguru? Oh, never mind. Fucking test me. It's like you're trying to catch me out. You're never gonna. You almost did because I had an empty glass, but I'll be trying some dumb shit like that. RDA fucks War Machine. Okay. I want Colby on Joe Rogan's show. Yes, there's good guests to have on the show that aren't Corey Anderson, you know, and aren't Usman. Like, there's really good guests. Really good guests. Where's your hairline? There. Actually, where these black lines are. Actually, is it? No, it doesn't follow the black lines, but it might start at the black line. Maybe a bit lower. Sponsorship. Watching UI. There's levels to this. I don't know why Corey Anderson got on JRE. It's just a fucking worst. I just watched your video about Rakic's robbery. Nice. It was an angry one for sure. Usman's podcast were sick. They were pretty sick. It's there. That's where my headline is. Yeah. Adam Cram, bro. How are you? I remember you. Hey, what do you guys think of Elon Musk's child? The AEX12, whatever the fuck it's called, the SR13, FN foul. I don't know. I'm going to call my kid the MP5K. Am I right? That's a good name. Good name. I'm going to call one of my kids MP5K, and the next kid's going to be called UMP45, because they're from different eras, you know, depending on what year they were born in terms of the COD trilogies. That's what I'm going to name my kids. And I'm going to call one of them the XR50, just to remind myself of the Warzone sniper sessions. And then I might name... he's just a fucking lunatic. And I don't like that no one calls them out about this. You know? Like, if I knew Elon Musk, and Elon Musk told me that this is what I've named my kid, good name, right? I would say, you're fucking joking. Change your kid's name. He's going to get bullied and called a test tube baby. 100% he's going to be called a test tube baby. Test tube baby is an insult when someone isn't a test tube baby and has no reason to be called a test tube baby. In the UK anyway. Test tube baby is a big insult. Back in the day, you know? But call your kid numbers and letters. Comes out of a test tube. 100% he's going to get bullied at school. But I don't know, because if he's Elon Musk's kid, he's probably going to go to Oxford or Harvard and all the nerds are just going to wank over his name. You know? Like, if someone will name their kid E equals MC squared, and all the fucking nerds will go, oh, you know, like they couldn't handle it. I don't know. Maybe it'll pay off for him in the future, you know? Maybe it'll be the future of names. Rich kids start naming their kids shit. Poor people will start naming their kids rich names. That's how it works. Subscribe to Daz Games. Daz Games? Where do I fucking know that from? I think I know Daz Games from somewhere. I don't think I know him, but I think I maybe not from YouTube. I know the fuck this guy is. Fucking hell. Daz Games. He used to make vines. He made a vine once. I remember exactly who it was. And he goes, when he had the foam around his face and he put the toothbrush in his ear. I can't remember what it was, but I remember it. Do you watch boxing? No, it's not on right now. I do watch some of it. I watch the AJ fights, the Fury, the Wilders, the Canelos, the Mayweathers, the Lomachenko highlights whenever he fights, the Billy Joe Saunders highlights. It's just, I don't watch it that much. It's just shit compared to MMA. Am I right? Just very bad. But it's good. It's good. But it's just really shit. But it's good though. Good though, but just really shit and suffers in comparison to MMA. Because once I used to watch boxing before I knew of MMA when I was watching boxing. But when I really started to understand MMA, I just thought, okay, well, boxing, these guys would get fucked up by everyone on the roster. Like, immediately. Even though I wasn't even that into MMA at the time. Immediately I switched. I said, it's over. any boxer would get dismantled by UFC guys. Anyone. So, like Mayweather, put Mayweather against Bryce Mitchell. It's tough. He's getting twisted in half. And Bryce Mitchell's unranked, you know? Put fucking Mayweather against Matt Sales. He's getting taken down and leg locked. I understood it immediately upon watching it. So I was like, okay, fuck boxing. It's just the inferior sport. If you thought UFC delays, try watching boxing. I know, it's fucking ridiculous. Even at the press conferences. And that was another big thing that I hated about boxing so much. You have to listen to all of these white guys with fucking grey hair. No one knows who you are. And now let's listen to your hot dog supervisor. And before we listen to Mayweather, we've got to just wonder how the toilets are going to be supervised by Mr. Toilet Super. And then he comes on, everything's going to be great, and we're going to do what we do every time. Okay, thank you very much. And you move along, and Mr. fucking hand out water in the middle of stuff. Let's hear from you before Mayweather or McGregor. Like, get him off the stage, just Mayweather McGregor. Like, I don't understand. Makes no sense. Racist? I don't care. What a huge gap between Cejudo and Cruz regarding the tool. It's a massive gap, especially the reach as well. With the height, because Cruz, here's the thing about Cruz. The height is, even if he had a reach disadvantage, he'd have an advantage in his reach, because the way he fights, Cruz ain't up here. Cruz is down here, side to side, pump that way. Like, he's on Cejudo's level with a reach advantage. It's going to be problems. He's going to be able to jab Cejudo without Cejudo touching him. I don't know, man. I just don't see Cejudo winning. Maybe Cejudo drops him at one point, but ain't going to happen. Cejudo is Fable with combos. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in saying that? Cejudo is Fable with combos. I just don't see him winning. Maybe a bit less power as well than Faber. I don't know. Cruz out wrestled DJ. That was ages ago, though. I know that, and that's a great argument for us as Cruz pickers, but it was ages ago. You can't apply that whatsoever. DJ was a completely different person. And also, they fought DJ at two different weight classes. One when DJ was outsized, and one when DJ wasn't outsized. So, you know, very wrong. I'm not wrong. How dare you? That's actually accurate. Fuck. Tony's elbow should be banned. They are words, I swear. What did I just say that was so accurate? Oh, Faber with combos, yeah. It's kind of true. He fights exactly the same way. The same sort of movement, this sort of stuff. And then just Faber would unload with one. And then Cejudo would go one. Right. And nothing would KO anyone. Shit. Sub to Nico Emiliano. The NDL. Guru is like James Corden, but fat. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Guru is a bad sport. I'm not. I just picked Cruz. Kendall Berryman is what you're on about. It doesn't matter as long as he's entertaining. What did Kendall Berryman say? And I'm scrolling for it. Daz is a fake bitch. He's really defending Daz games on fucking my live chat. Jesus Christ. I have my opinions. Don't you dare attack Daz games, Kendall Berryman, or there will be problems. That is a bannable offense. Like, you can attack Daz games, but you mention anything about Logan Paul, it's over for you on this stream. Do you understand me? I don't understand why he's got so angry about you shitting on Daz games. I haven't watched him. I think he's a bit... I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. I've said enough this stream to get me in trouble. I'll leave it at that. Would you be surprised if Cruz finishes Cejudo in 4 or 5? I wouldn't, to be honest. No, me neither. Especially with Cejudo coming off an injury, coming back in. I could also... Not from Cejudo gassing. Don't get me wrong. But if Cruz is shit-talking Cejudo while Cejudo's missing bombs in those first few rounds, he's going to keep overthrowing those shots. And as much as Cejudo's great and he's got great gas tank, it won't be the DJ first few rounds. Like, he'll be winging for Cruz's head in those early rounds, I reckon, because he knows there's a good chance of him winning. So if he does it overexert himself there, maybe Cruz could get just a technical finish, but he's not going to KO him or anything. Come on, Guru, mate. Come on. Who are your locks? All right. Look, who are your locks for UFC 249? Give me 3, mate. Come on. I don't say come on. So I don't know if you're trying to do a London thing, but some people do. North Londoners say come on. No. West Londoners say come on. Sorry. West. Yeah. Left on the map. West. What was the question? Give me a second. Oh, the 3 main picks. I'd go Span, Ngannou and Pettis, probably Pettis. If Henry loses, will he go down to 125? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? It depends what they give him. Because if they're offering rematches, first of all, the whole division would riot and move and just make their own 126-pound division or something like that. But Cejudo would 100% go down. He would go down to 125, hoping that Benavidez won the belt. Because if Benavidez beats Figueiredo in a rematch, which I don't think is going to happen, I think Figueiredo KOs him earlier this time. But if Benavidez somehow wins, that fight's there for Cejudo all day. Because there's history. Benavidez beat him. Can he beat him again? It was a close fight. There was controversy. You know, Logan is class. Logan's actually not too bad, I've realized over time. Jake Paul's a weirdo, but Logan Paul, he seems... For the position that he's in, he's handling it okay. Compared to other people that get a lot of money, Logan Paul has done minor stuff. I know he kind of recorded the dead body hanging from a tree, but maybe not minor stuff. But, like, compared to some others, like, he could have killed... it was quite bad, actually. I don't know. He's a weird one. Was you born a guru, or did you just wake up one day and think, I'm a guru? Awesome content keeps me entertained in work. Well, Adamski Johnson, I just wanted to be called the MMA Guru because I thought it was a good name. You know, I thought it was a good one. And I knew there was the whole guru thing has been around. Like the Love Guru was a film I used to like back in the day. It was a good thing. The MMA Guru is definitely what I wanted to call myself, 100%. I even checked to see if there was any other MMA Gurus after I made it. There was. My sole mission was to absorb their channels. I want you guys to know that when I started these channels. I started as the MMA Guru. I said, fuck, there might be other ones. There might be another The MMA Guru. And there was. There was a few. So I just thought, okay, the sole mission is to get ahead of them and claim that I'm the real guru. Because otherwise we're going to get mistaken for each other, you know. There was I think it was just MMA Guru. And there was I'm giving him free shout-outs here. There was another one. I can't remember his name, but it was MMA Guru, but something, an alternative. MMA Prediction Guru. That was a guy. Full name, MMA Prediction Guru. And I saw that he was posting hour-long videos with no face, no camera, just mumbling mundanely over an hour of predictions, talking about stats. And I was like, this ain't the way to predict. So I just thought, I'm doing it. There's no way I'm not going to. Darko Stojic never complained about being robbed. He just accepted it like a man. He had everything, looks and skill and charisma. Shut up, man. Fuck them. Yeah, fuck them. Fuck them. However, go to Guru quote. Yes. However, did Khabib got stripped because in a new Tony versus Justin trailer they wrote lightweight championship? No. It is a lightweight championship. Should Conor fight Khabib again? No, not now. Conor should fight Poirier or Gaethje if Gaethje beats Khabib, because Khabib ain't coming back in July. I don't know why he said that. Khabib saying coming back in July hindered him more than it helped him. I'm sure he thought that saying that he was ready to come back in July would be like, hell yeah, Khabib, yeah. But then it kind of made people think, why would you wait until weigh-in day? You know, like, why would you wait until the day before weigh-ins to tell us that you're ready to come back sooner than we thought you were? Because we could have waited 2 months for Khabib. But now we've sorted all this out. Like, why would you tell us September, and then once you knew that Tony versus Gaethje was definitely going down, you then said you're ready in July? It kind of backfired on Khabib, but I'm sure he meant well. I'm sure he just meant that he was looking to get back earlier than expected, but he should have said it a bit earlier than once the fight was set in stone, you know. Don't spam Jake Paul is nice, I will ban you. Dana White said he is his fault regarding that Khabib went to Russia. Yeah, Dana is not offending Khabib whatsoever. Like, there is nothing Khabib could ever do to make Dana White angry at him, because Dana knows that it's too risky for him to go against Khabib and hope that he loses, because Khabib might not lose. Like, he could go against Woodley because Woodley had some tough matchups coming up, you know, like Usman, and then he really piled on Woodley. But, like, with Khabib, like, you don't want to be on his bad side, and then he's still champ afterwards. That would be the worst case scenario, you know, because he could do anything he wanted then. Beach. Oh, sorry. I watch all your videos, Guru. Something to look forward to after work. When are you going to retire? Never. I'm never going to retire. Unless I'm getting like 0 views or some shit. Maybe I will if I do that. Yeah. If it ain't paying me, I will retire. I'll be honest. I'll try and figure out something else. But as long as it's going, I'll still do it. I want to be like the matchmaker for the UFC, do some commentary here and there, go over to the panel after the fights for an immediate reaction with me and fucking whoever the fuck else they have on the panel. They're not going to be important because I'm going to be stealing the show, obviously. But that's the plan eventually. I want to just be in the sport, like a meaningful part of it, you know? Imagine being a fan of it and then becoming like the matchmaker, responsible for the fights to take place and actually talking to all the fighters on the phone. It'd be sick, in my opinion. I think that'd be the ideal thing. Destroy Kendall Berryman. He's a fat shamer. I don't know what that is. If becoming Kendall Berryman in chat, I don't know what he said though. I'm becoming more confident in Cruz. He has that POTN in him to know something that you don't know face. Yeah, I guess, but he had that face against Garbrandt though. So, you know, just saying. Weight miss of Stevens, what did you think? It's intentional. He just wanted to be 5 pounds bigger because he looks bigger as well. This isn't a failed weight cut. This is a failed diet, in my opinion. Or a planned diet to come in 5 pounds over. If you come in 5 pounds over, you aren't trying. You know? Or something terrible has happened. Because I know Darren Till's wife almost had Darren Till's girlfriend almost had a miscarriage before Wonderboy versus Till, I heard. But, like, you know, like, unless there's that kind of reason, fuck off with it. You know, because you're choosing to be at 45 here, Stevens. It's not like you're making a move down and you failed the weight cut. Like, you've been here now for a very long time. You should be able to do it, you know? It's just a bit weird. That will 100% happen. Just keep doing what you're doing and never change. Don't become a Luke Thomas, Brett, or Ariel. There will never be a time I'll become. I want to have fighters on eventually, but I've got a plan, guys, you know. Everything is thought out. If you're ever wondering why I'm not doing something, there's a reason for it, you know. The reason could be laziness, but there's other reasons. Like, I don't want to have interviewers because I don't want to be the interview channel where the fighter is in control of me. You know what I mean? Like, the fighter could say no to me and it would affect me, not him. I want to have the audience to where the fighter needs to be on the show because that's the only reason that I would want him on there. If I have power over them in the interview, I can have some fun with the interview when I do that. But I don't want to be risky, and if I offend them, I want them to want to be on my show as an opportunity so I can offend them. Like, if Woodley talks shit, I want to stick it on him from the safety behind my computer screen because I'm dumb. I'm a pussy, sorry. Like, if I had a whole plan about getting Curtis Millender on. There was a whole plan. Before Millender, here's the thing. Here was the original plan. Before Millender was cut from the UFC, I was going to have him on my channel and ask him the first question, how does it feel to be the first openly gay male UFC fighter? And then I wanted to see how he reacted. Just to start the interview. How does it feel to be the first openly gay MMA fighter? And then he would say, no. And I'd say, don't worry. Your manager's already spoken to me. There's nothing to be ashamed of anymore. It's out there. You know, and I wanted to see him panic. Like, if like a story had been put out. Look, I've seen the story on latest MMA news. It's out there. I don't know if you knew that they reported it, but I just wanted to ask how did it feel now that it's all come out? And then see how I just think it would be a funny situation if I could do that to fighters. You know? Put him through the ringer. Like if Masvidal's talking a bit of shit. Aren't you the same guy that said, just really get him? I don't know. I just think the MMA media needs a bit of that, you know? Rather than just, hey, man, you're a nice guy. Hey, man, great fight. Hey, man, how'd you feel, man? Like, it's just too boring. I reckon I could really get a reaction out of fighters. Like, if I could have a fighter rage and slam the phone down on me, that would be the ideal situation. The ideal situation, you know? That'd be ideal. But, you know, we'll get there. We'll get there once I have the audience necessary. People might hate on someone with character in the beginning, but over time they like it. Just like most of us in here, we all used to hate you screaming predictions and clickbaiting. Don't act like you've been around for a while, number one, because there's been people that have really been around there. So you calm yourself down, young man. Number one, acting like he was my number one subscriber, which no one in here was. My first 70 subscribers were Minecraft viewers. So that'd be pretty cool. Like the schmo, but funnier. Yeah, like the schmo, but not retarded and cringy. $2. Well, not cringy. A little bit of retardation. $2. Ban this simp right now. I'm not going to ban him. Oh, damn. I believe in the guru, Govinda guru. Thank you very much. Do you like it more when fighters or champs are kind or humble like Whitaker, or do you need some shit talking? I don't care what it is, because if you're a humble champ, you can have the division that makes up for it. But I don't really care, honestly. I'm down for anything. If you're an entertaining fighter and you're humble, I'm down. Like, Whitaker was my favorite fighter. Never talked shit ever. When he was on the rise, he's still one of my favorite fighters now, but obviously there's more to mix in now that I'm more ingratiated into the sport. But Whitaker was one of the first ones that I was a huge fan of, you know? Like, although Bisping was from England, I never, you know? I'm sure other English people get that, but he isn't English, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, I know he went to the Ultimate Fighter on Tough as an Englishman, but then over the career, it's like, okay, you live in America now. You train in America. You're starting to sound a bit American. I never got the connection with Bisping, like the pride of the UK. You know, I don't think anyone did, because he wasn't treated like Anthony Joshua for becoming champion. Whereas if Darren Till became champ, he'd be on the morning shows in the UK, but Bisping wouldn't be. You know, I don't know. It's just weird. I'm the OG here, lol. I don't see anyone here from when I got here. I don't even know this number one at MMA Guru. Nice. Adam Cram is an OG here, to be fair. Who do you watch? Can Jake Paul is nice. Adam Cram, congrats. Brandon K in the chat. What's up? Would you do an interview of Darko Stojic? That would be a really good one. What, just like, how does it feel to be the greatest fighter alive, and see how he responds? How does it feel to TKO Nizuchukwu to groin shots? And, you know, I haven't been watching your predictions for a long time, but I changed my name recently. Used to be Rectum Inspectum. Ah, there you go. That'd be it. That'd be the reason. The fuck? My PS4's off. I just got a PS4 party invite sound come through my TV. My PS4's off. Do you see Cerrone attempting to take down? This could give Pettis big problems. Cerrone got some ground game that we haven't really been utilizing, that he haven't really been utilizing. Maybe because he can't utilize it against certain guys. I can trust Pettis not to get submitted, I think. Who knows, though? I don't know. Pettis is just like, it's weird. Go 600 mini donuts per day. It's not possible and not true. There's tough storage problems right now. But obviously outside of the pandemic, most definitely, that definitely happens. 600 mini donuts, easy. But right now, the shortages, I'm going to have to switch. I'm switching to flapjacks, you know, to make up the extra hundreds. Otherwise, you know, if it ain't 600 of snacks, then don't bother, is my motto. You know, so even if they aren't the mini donuts in stock right now, I'll switch to the cookies, you know. Favorite female fighter right now? Zhang. Zhang is the beast. I like Zhang. And she's on a hot streak right now. She's a new champion. Yeah, Zhang is a beast. Pronouncing the silent H has made it clear that there's some shit in my nose, so I'm going to clear it. Thank you very much. Why would I not? Your special Ed William A. His name was William Acted not long ago. Where is my 6th belt? James the OG Vic. Okay. Geared with more Khabib. Where is my 6th belt, James Vic? Where's my 6th belt? Okay, Vic, time for your medicine. Now. Come back away from the window. Jeff Neal versus Neil Magny next. Seems like a 50-50 to me. It's a good fight, yeah, because Neal's obviously a bit more explosive and dangerous, but Magny's got the range and the grappling, so that's what I want to see. And they both have Neil in their name, so come on. You know what I mean? Like, I've got a May 23rd card here I'll read out to you guys. I've built it all. Not the whole thing. Whatever, I'll say it. It's not the best, though. I can't think of a champion for June 6th, the Nunes versus Spencer card. So I don't know what to do for it at UFC 250. I think it's going to have to be a stinker. But I'm not sure. That's what I've been worried about, because I can't think of anyone to headline it. And they've already done Nunes Spencer. So it's like there has to be a champion to headline it. And there's not going to be. So I'm thinking Nunes Spencer's the headliner of 250 by deducting a few things. Because in terms of international, you've got no Adesanya, no Volkanovski, no Khabib, and that's not happening before June 6th. You've got no Stipe, most definitely, no Jones for the event at all, because Blachowicz trains in Poland. It's just tough. I don't think he trains in Poland, but you know what I mean. It's just tough. It's tough to find champions to go on there. So what I've ended up with at 250 is Nunes versus Spencer as the main event, Figueiredo Benavidez 2 as the co-main, Aldo versus Munoz as the feature fight, Damian Maia versus RDA, retirement bout for them. It's going to be like a Brazil-themed card because we've gone in that direction anyway. They've announced a Sansao, they've announced Formiga on the card, so I feel like they're kind of saying, you know what, we didn't get the UFC 250 in Brazil. Let's put the Brazilians on there. They put Nunes on there as well. So Nunes Spencer, Figueiredo Benavidez 2, Aldo versus Munoz, Maia versus Dos Anjos, Oliveira versus Ferreira could be on the card. I'm sure they would take it on short notice for a good pay. Garbrandt versus Assunção as the headliner of the prelims. Formiga Perez, of course. Rodriguez versus Ribas. Shogun Hua, Nogueira 3. Lyman Good, Bilal Muhammad, reschedule it for that card. Sean Woods and Herbert Burns in Avila versus Rosa was on the card before, so I guess they can shift it on there as well. That's my card for 250. I heard Vadoom looked bad. I haven't actually seen Vadoom. Who knows? Guru is my typical English guy. Likes them Asian and young looking. Okay. That's not true, but thank you very much. Jeremy Stevens won't worth betting at plus 225. Now if that's his odds right now, might as well. Oh, Bob. Wow, you haven't. Nice. What's up, dude? New Zealand 5. I actually recognize that name from New Zealand. What's up, Bob? $5. I predicted Watterson Tilly slip round 2. For the love of God, I hope your prediction is correct. But thank you for the $5. Hopefully that the $5 goes towards some kind of charm that will allow that to happen. I appreciate you. Maybe a cheek slip would be a bit better. I'm not too interested in the nips of Watterson, to be honest with you. A little bit of a cheek slip, who knows? Would be much better. Kendall Berryman is a fat shamer. He called Daz a fat, depressing slob. Okay. I don't know. Whatever. Likewise, okay, everyone's just arguing with each other now. Throw me a big kiss. Okay, I don't even know what's going on in my chat. Anyway, y'all want to hear my May 23rd card? Woodley versus Burns, Aljo versus Sandhagen as the co-main event. They've already announced Ivanov versus Sakai. That's on the card. Mike Perry, James Vick, short notice, get it done. Fight for your career. Big Mac Dern versus Cyphers on the main card. Not Vieira versus Meerschaert. Fuck, man, that fucks up my whole plan. I wanted to do Vieira versus Meerschaert, but Meerschaert's fighting fucking Heinich. If you didn't know, Meerschaert signed to fight Heinich recently. That's breaking news, I guess. I don't know if it's breaking, but it happened. They're signed for June 6th, 250. So I guess that's on the main card. If that's on the main card, it is a shit card. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we'll see. If that's on the prelims, it's going to be a good card, but if that's on the main card, we're struggling for 250. Henry is going to obliterate Cruz. Come on. I don't know about that one. Thank you for the New Zealand $5 again, Bob, man. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you very much. Thomas Lawrence. Thank you for your input of the emojis. Henry is going to obliterate Cruz. Mickey Gall is fighting a guy off the Contender Series May 16th. May 16th? There isn't a card May 16th. Is there a card May 16th? There is no card May 16th. What are you talking? Oh, yes, there is. The Harris versus Overeem. Yeah, sorry. There is. Fuck, sorry. Cool. But on this 23rd card, I've got Giles versus Brendan Allen. Trevin Giles, Brendan Allen. Montel Jackson, Eddie Wineland. Gillian Robertson, Talia Santos, because it was on the last card. Jamal Hill versus Clinton Diabrio is already signed. And then Jared Gordon versus Matt Sales is another fight that got signed, which is a good one. But apparently Jared Gordon doesn't want to fight, which is weird because you're fighting for your career. You shouldn't be too picky. Overeem's going to smack Harris. I don't know. It's tough because I like Harris. I think he's very good. He beat Olenek. But then you watch his Arlovsky fight and it's kind of like, okay, who's this? And is this guy going to show up against Overeem? I don't know. It's weird. Who knows? Welcome, bro. Only kisses. But at the same time, he used to train with Arlovsky. And I think he might still do. So maybe he had a bit more respect for him and didn't want to destroy him, you know? I think Stevens is the bet for the odds. Yeah, he's good right now, especially because he missed weight at that much of an underdog. He's a good bet right now. A really good bet. Even though Qatar, I think, is definitely going to win. To have that £5 extra and those odds, I mean, it's good. Where's your kid at? Make a China card right now. All right, Zhang versus... I don't fucking care. I'm done with the China card already. Is that a stream that you use reliable? Because I can't watch it on BT. What stream? I'm watching it on Fight Pass. What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? I watch it on Fight Pass. Shh. How old are you? 21. I'm serious. I'm taking Cruz on this one. Same here. It's not a joke. We're picking Cruz. Thank you very much. In my own race, considering I don't want my kids to be small and nerdy, I want my kids to be big and healthy sturds. What is going on in the chat right now? 50k fine for illegal streams. Yeah, I don't use them. I use Fight Pass and ESPN Plus to buy the pay-per-view. What do you think I'm spending your super chat money on, guys? Drugs? No? No. The cards. When does your next video come out? There's not one for today. Probably tomorrow morning. I'll make one, but I'm just going to upload this. Like proper 12. I tried it once in sixth form. Not in sixth form. After with my sixth form friends, I tried it. Not at sixth form. It was all right. It was whiskey, innit? A lot of people that do that, I don't understand. Like, they'll drink the whiskey and they're like, oh, it tastes like shit. And then they'll shit on McGregor's whiskey for it. It's whiskey. It doesn't taste nice. You know, like a lot of people will sit there and try and act like they're some fucking aficionado with a glass of whiskey. Like, yes, this one's actually got a real sweet texture. It doesn't. You're just killing your taste buds. And the more you drink of it, the more it's less disgusting to you. Like, you're not some aficionado with great taste. You're just murdering your taste buds that should be telling you that it's disgusting by constantly drinking whiskey. You know? And eventually you don't think it's disgusting anymore. I don't understand. Whatever. Just weird. Fuck Henry. Connor's actually pretty smooth. It's weird. It's nice. I thought it was good. I've had bad whiskey. I've had Jack Daniels, and that's fucking occasionally horrific. You know? Sometimes Jack Daniels good, but sometimes it's just sickening. Even the smell of it can put me off. I don't know. I meant like women over 18 and under 35. Wrexham. Oh, okay, I don't know what's going on in the chat. Jesus. Ryan like me. Why Thomas? IDKU. I don't know what's going on. I hate James. Why is everyone hating each other in my chat? Bunch of fucking haters, dude. Don't ever doubt Edmund again. What, did he just win the championship while we were fucking talking? You were here earlier. I doubted Edmund, and then you're saying don't ever do it again. What, did he just beat Adesanya that I don't know about? Or Jesus, I didn't even doubt him, to be honest with you. I just thought he was good. I just don't think he's immediately going to become champ. Jacob, $1.99, 6ix9ine new song thoughts. Here's the thing about 6ix9ine. No one cares that he snitched. It's more funny, you know. Like, the song came out, everyone was acting like he's going to get killed and he has to go into witness protection. No one cares. He's a meme now. He's going to make a bunch more millions. His song's already got 600k. No one cares that he snitched. And if they do care that he snitched and they don't do anything, like, you know how he snitched on all the Bloods and they turned all of them in and all of that shit, like snitched on the Bloods and all that. If they don't do anything about it, the whole gang shit's over. Like, there ain't no more of the Bloods and the Crips. You know, like, if they don't do anything about the biggest case of snitching on their club, I was going to say their gang, not their club, their gang, then they ain't on crud and they should just shut up. You know, all this Blood and Crip shit, that needs to stop because they ain't on crud whatsoever. Snitches get raped. Okay. Not if they don't go to prison. Snitches get riches, not stitches. That's a new saying. Snitches get riches. Hey, Guru, what are your top picks for tomorrow night's card? Ngannou, Pettis, and Span. Hey, Guru, what are your cancer picks for tomorrow? He just noticed that people keep asking me and found his own little way to jump in. Very nice. Esparza win a cancer decision against Watson. Fuck. My cancer picks? Why? I don't understand what that means and how a pick can be defined as cancer and what distinguishes a pick as cancer. I'm not sure. Brandon K will F you up. Brandon K is 5'8" and looks like Lord Farquaad and lives with his auntie at 30 years of age. No, he won't. Thank you. I pray Ferguson wins. It'll be good. It'll be a good win. I really hope he wins. As much as I would like to say I'm biased, not in my my bias is not in my prediction, but in terms of who I'd want to win while I'm commentating, I'm going to be rooting for Ferguson all day, every day, 100%. Not that my bias would mean anything because it ain't going to a decision, but you know, I just need Ferg to win it because it would just. I think if Gaethje wins, it would mess a lot of things up. Not just Ferguson Khabib, but like interim belts as a whole. Because Gaethje could defend it against McGregor, and all of a sudden, interim belt holder doesn't fight the champion anymore. You know, like it. Gaethje winning could mess up not just Ferguson Khabib 6, but just way more. Bro, don't disrespect. I'm 5'8". I'm not disrespecting. You never threatened me. But yeah. Price is amazing. Going 5 rounds. I wouldn't disrespect you, William Apted, of course. Big boy Rosenstruik is getting smacked up. Yeah, I think so. Badly as well in the first round. Francis is in amazing shape. Yeah, the naturally in good shape guys are going to be so heavily favored on this card because like Nico Price, I think even though I said not before, like the guys who are naturally in great shape are just like they start their terrible camps at a higher base layer than everyone else does. You know, so the other guys can't catch up to him anymore with a great camp. So I think they're naturally in better shape, guys. That's why I picked Greg Hardy over De Castro as well. Just more options for Hardy. You know, I hate Deji. Okay, you're just spamming out YouTube names. How would you fix a woman's watch? You don't. There's a clock on the oven. Okay. There we go. Yuri, what's your least favorite fight on UFC 249? My least favorite fight? Esparza Waterson. To be honest with you, yes, Esparza Waterson, but also, like, I'm not too bothered about Vadum Olenek. I know Vadum's like the champion coming back, but like, Olenek has a better record than him. 58-13 compared to 23-8. Are you joking me? I know it's obviously against different people, but I'm just not too hyped about Vadum Olenek, you know? And I'm not too hyped about Cerrone Pettis because I kind of don't want to watch it because I know it's going to be an embarrassment, I think. I don't think it's going to be the display of great martial arts, in all honesty, but we'll see. The least cared about fight. I care about all of the early prelims. I care less about Olenek Vadum and Esparza Waterson than I do on any of the early prelims. Like, I really care about Luque Price. That's a big one for me because whoever wins that one, if it's Price, you've got a new lease of life at the bottom of the welterweight division, which we need. If it's Luque, he's back on a win, which we need because we've got a bunch of winners in that bottom part of the rankings. Then Bryce Mitchell, Charles Rose is big because that's another breakthrough star at featherweight if Mitchell wins and if Rosa wins. I don't know. But the UFC put out some promo for him, so I guess they're kind of hazarding a guess. If he does win, then they'll at least have done some promo. Ryan Spann, Sam Alvey's big as well because I want the winner of that one to take on Magomed Ankalaev in September. And I want it to be Ryan Spann because I think Spann and Ankalaev is a really good fight. I'm dead. You're not dead. You should make some prediction videos in different environments, like walking down the street with someone filming you, like Cheowan walking in. Okay, why is that the way it ends every single time? Thomas, keep going, bro. Don't keep going. So egging him on, Fight Place TV. Like this, he is such a little shit in my chat, man. I swear to God, Fight Place TV just egging on spammers the whole time, rather than spamming himself like a coward, hiding his spamming behind a real man like Thomas Lawrence, who's willing to do it. Fucking Fight Place TV, am I right, guys? Too scared to spam, so he has to influence others to do it instead. Real man like Thomas Lawrence, the real spammers. I find it amazing how he types if he's dead. Oh, okay, sorry. But you were egging him on. Thomas semi-location, don't van me. James Vick sadly passes away due to COVID-19. Very sad day for the MMA community. May Vic the legend rip. I don't think that's true whatsoever. Will you do that? Do what? Spam. Usman is the best. He's not. I'm in England. I'm dead. Okay. Chael Sonnen said Masvidal is scared of Usman. Why? It's stupidity. Moving on. How do men... And also, Masvidal is kind of enemies with Colby right now, so it wouldn't surprise me if Chael had some choice words for him. Spam. I'm 12. Okay. How many men does it take to open a beer? None. It should be opened by the time she brings it. Okay. Okay. Well, that's how we're in the stream. Some nice little sexism. Thomas Lawrence, what kind of flowers do you want on your grave? Do you like some other sort of nature in your grave? Oh my, what is going on? James, I give my opponents the fight of the night bonus when they knock me out cold every time, Vic. Yes, 100%. That's the best game plan. I wonder if he gets a cut from that as well. You know, if he's sorting it out backstage. Listen, I'll tell my chin to let you KO me because, you know, if he doesn't let his chin get KO'd, then there's no way his chin's getting KO'd. There's no way he can get KO'd unless he wants to, basically. Because James Vick's chin is just indestructible. But you can switch it off for people. So I guess he is getting some kind of cut from it, you know. And he bets on his fights. James Vick bets on his fights. I know you can't bet on yourself to lose, but, you know, James Vick is a huge gambler. So I'm wondering what he's done with all his winnings. This chat really went full CTE. It always happens towards the end. That's how you know 2 hours is enough, you know? At the end of 2 hours, the chat just starts running out of fucking brain juice, like slowly becoming the fucking Brendan Schaub. Like, it's too much. Worst Chi in MMA? Definitely Sanchez, you know? Hello, what's up, Myra Rodriguez? Change the environment occasionally in the prediction videos, like now when it's summer, you can sit at a calf. I'm not going to be going in businesses right now, but you know, maybe that'd be a good idea in the future. MMA Guru on the move, you know, Tube Guru. I'm still flowing low. I'm used to 6-hour streams. Yeah. Facts. Hello, Myra Rodriguez. I like James. Okay. Sorry. Biggest moves in MMA. These are the questions we're getting right now. Will Ostermeyer. I hate those names that are different because it just makes me feel like I'm getting gotcha'd, you know? I like Thomas Lawrence, dead or alive. Okay. I'm going to go now because it's really getting AIDS. How'd you get a dishwasher to dig a hole? Give the woman a shovel. Like, goodbye, guys. See you later. Bye, y'all. See ya. Fictions. Would you like Justin after he knocks out Tony? I don't mind him. Well, I don't mind Justin. I just think he's a filthy cheat that I poked. Barboza. Headbutted Michael Johnson. But you know, it's all good. See you later. Bye. If Brendan